Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. I am Travis. Talitha will be here after a minute. Sorry, I had my phone volume turned up right there. Anyways, right now, Raw is just starting out with Seth Rollins and Cody highlights from the match of the night last night. I don't think anybody would argue that. It was a pretty good match that we had. And if you joined us last night, thank you. We appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. We were here for about 3 hours, I guess. 3.5 hours. It was an awesome show, and it was fantastic. Anyways, we got Walter Johnson in here. We got Chris Akane, Ravi, Tony Khan, Matthew. Good to see you in here, Matthew. Tony, and then Ravi. And then that was like an ear pitch in my ear right there. That was hurting. But it was on the actual show. Walter said, geez, Cody's injury. Yeah, it was pretty tough. And then Chris says, Travis and D. Yeah, D will be here in a minute. And then, yo, what up, Gab fam? And then we said, what up, back to you. And then the fuck is this? And you know what this is, Tony. I've hung out here before. Anyways, hey, y'all. Hell in a Cell was actually pretty good. Imagine if Cody wasn't hurt. Even still, he did exceptionally well, and that is the facts. It was such a great show. I enjoyed it last night, and I'm hoping Raw is decent. I don't know what they're going to do with, Cody gone. Maybe they had some other plans for Money in the Bank, but that's kind of a weird one because he was obviously my favorite to win Money in the Bank, and now I have no idea. Maybe Seth wins Money in the Bank? I don't know exactly what's going to happen here. I'm trying to think of somebody else. Maybe Bobby Lashley could win Money in the Bank. Definitely a tough one. And then where's everybody at right now? Tony, we're all here. And then everybody get their bish ashes in here right now. Yeah, people will show up. It takes them a minute usually. Then Robbie says, Hell in a Cell gets a 7 from me. Yeah, that's pretty good, I would assume, right? That's the upper middle. Upper middle. But anyways, they are still showing us the highlights, Chris says, from last night. But just the Seth Rollins and Cody match. And there was 7 matches. I think most of them were Raw. I'd have to get on there and look. I know the Baron Corbin or Happy Corbin one was a SmackDown one. And then Liv posted a picture of herself like she's entering herself in Money in the Bank. Yes, actually, we all know she's going to be in Money in the Bank. I mean, they're probably going to put, 6, 7 competitors in there, and they need all the women they can get to fill out Hell in a Cell, Money in the Bank. And that's going to be fantastic. Definitely looking forward to that. And that is, July 2nd. Same night as a UFC pay-per-view, so some things are going to be a little bit different, but it should still be entertaining for everybody that is watching us. We're probably going to have people over. I don't know, people are going to be in and out. It should be pretty fun because I think we're going to be doing this inside, having a party outside for the UFC stuff, so it should be pretty entertaining. We might be able to figure out a couple different camera setups so we can get everybody involved. Anyways, Seth won that. My paperwork's halfway done because we went off the air on accident last night during the Ali and Theory match. So I didn't actually see the end. I know Theory won, and I think he pinned him, but I didn't actually see how it happened, and I never went back and looked. But the Street Profits going up against the Usos for the championship contenders match tonight on Raw. That'll be pretty good. But anyways, it looks like the show's actually officially starting. Lights just went out. Is this Cody? Cody starting it off. This guy doesn't take a break. That chest has got to be hurting him. A fatal 4-way match later on tonight to see who's going to be wrestling Bianca for the championship. That'll be pretty good. Where's that at? Sorry, I saw it on my secondary feed here. think this is actually rewinding. Maybe it does not rewind. All right, my shit don't rewind. Anyways, Cody in a suit, using just his left arm because his right arm is toast. You can see the swelling in it. Those aren't biceps, kids. That is swelling. Either that or he's got it wrapped. But look at his left arm, and then look at his right arm. You know, you got to imagine you're going to be sore from the match anyways, and now he's got to get surgery on Thursday. He's going to be out for about 6 months, so that puts him out until right around mid-December, early to mid-December. Should be a very anticipated return. Hopefully he can come back a little bit early, but there's really nothing going on unless he comes back at the beginning of November and goes to Saudi Arabia. You know, I mean, obviously not Survivor Series, is that what it's called? Yeah, Survivor Series isn't going to be that big of a deal. And then there's no pay-per-view that I'm aware of planned for December, meaning that they're going to be doing day one, which they are going to be doing, I guess, in Atlanta, Georgia this year on day one, which is a Sunday. And then also, you know, the Royal Rumble will be at the end of that month, in both of those in January. So, should be pretty good. And then Ravi says, Wood got a 9 if AST didn't win and that there was more cell matches. Yeah, there definitely needed to be more cell matches. And of course, I'm always down for Becky winning that. I would have been okay with Asuka winning that also. And then Liv posted a picture. I already read that one. And then Matthew said, Raw might be a big stinker tonight because so many feuds are about over. Omos and Bobby, for instance, where are they going with that angle? Liv and Rhea. Yeah, and Liv and Rhea, I would assume it should be over by now. But I guess they could keep that going for a little bit longer. But I feel like Rhea needs to be starting to be pushed into that main event picture scene. But what I was reading, like Dave Meltzer was saying that they're looking at putting Becky against Esther at SummerSlam. And if that's the case, then Rhea's not going to get her big push until after that. And that's if they keep the title on Esther. I mean, obviously they can put it on Becky and then have Rhea wrestle Esther later. But that is what I was reading. And then Chris kind of says, Liv versus Alexa in a fatal 4-way. Yes, that looks like it's going to be pretty good. I made it, Travis. Woo! Vince here. I'm here just in time to see Liv get screwed over. And they make Rhea top contender for Bianca. Literally just talking about that. That's what I would like to see is Rhea be top contender. I just don't know if it's going to happen. And then I wonder if Rhea will be considered a new outfit style after her success last night. I hope so. It looked good. As I'm fumbling my way through your guys' messages. Leopold's trying to scratch the furniture over here. It's not your job. All right, Cody's going to tell us his little goodbye speech, I'm pretty sure. He's demoralized here. He doesn't want to be sad. He does not want to be melancholy. He's going to be all happy about it. Is he going to bring out his daughter? One you have not been introduced to yet. Oh, he's crying. When she is old enough. He was not cynical. He was not jaded. He stood and fought and won. Because you have to defeat your mind. Because our mind is our greatest opponent. Cody, Cody, Cody. Yes, we know you did. It's always funny in sports, you hear the athletes always talk about the other team like they're trash until they beat them, and then once they beat them, they talk about how good that other team was because it makes them look better for beating that team. Now Seth is the greatest wrestler of our generation. He is officially done with Seth Rollins. After 3 victories, and one was a handicap match, basically had one arm tied behind his back. What the fuck? I want to talk about what's above me, and then he looked up, and there's the 2 briefcases. There's no way he's going to be wrestling in that, right? He's hinting at wrestling? At Money in the Bank? It's eluded him his entire career. He's never won that. What the fuck? In 4 weeks' time, if there's some way... What the... Come on. There's no way he's going to be back in 4 weeks. And it's under 4 weeks. I'm pretty sure. I don't know exactly how many days out it is. But it's definitely coming. Oh, Seth's coming back out. Cody said he's done with you, dude. And there's Seth. Looks like Seth's hurt a little bit. What is on his outfit? What the fuck is he wearing? Is it faces? No. I think I just see faces everywhere. Maybe leaves or feathers. Yeah, little plants, I think. All right, where'd I leave off at? I need the matches and the networks. Raw would be a big stinger. And Liv and Alexa in the Fatal 4-Way. Yes, Liv and Alexa in a Fatal 4-Way. That's going to be pretty good. And then I made it, Travis. I'm here. I thought I already read that. Anyways, I wonder if Rhea will consider. I already read that. And then Cody and Seth feud must be over. 3 wins against Seth. I hope Raw pulls through. Yeah, and it's going to be tough. And they're bringing Seth out again, so it looks like this is still kind of happening. I mean, I don't know if they're going to wrestle. Obviously, both of them are in suits, so probably won't be a lot of contact if there is. Cody will be better at Money in the Bank than he was at Hell in a Cell. Can you imagine if he wrestles at Money in the Bank? It's kind of a nut thing to think about. And then Cody almost won in 2013, but Damian Sandow betrayed him and won. I kind of remember that. I forgot, like when Cody was there the first time, I didn't feel like he was that great. I think he left, made a name for himself, and then came back. But Seth said, I still do not like you. But after what you put yourself through last night, you have earned my respect. And then the crowd cheers, of course. Maybe one of the gutsiest performances in the history of this business. And that's the truth. You're one of the toughest people I've ever been in this ring with. Ooh, Dusty is very proud of his baby boy right now. Cody's trying not to cry. He's biting his lips. Seth's crying a little bit. Seth came out to shake his hand and extends it. Obviously his left hand because his right arm is got a torn pectoral muscle. And he shook his hand. Gave him a big hug. Whispered something into his ear. And Seth's leaving. Well, damn. That just happened. And Seth walked off. No betrayal, no backstabbing. Cody's like, what the fuck? I don't know what that was just about. That was unreal. Surreal. I'm assuming we're going to go to a commercial break here, but maybe we'll find out what's happening before the commercial break. And we are just waiting for that commercial break to start, if that's what they're planning on doing. It's still Cody. He's walking out now, but... I probably scared all the people in the chat away.
Why? What'd you do?
Red.
Oh my god. How dare you? How dare you utilize your reading skills?
Well, you know. They are sure milking this, though. Might as well, though, right?
So, I'm surprised he's even in a suit.
That's what I said.
Oh,
Oh, Seth with a sledgehammer!
they got him!
Well, they might as well put him out for a while.
Right?
Right? Put him out for about 6 months. Cripple him.
Might as well make sure, even though he's loved.
Oh, he's ripping his shirt off.
No, don't rip the shirt off. Don't show us how horrible it is.
We've already seen it. Oh, God, that's gotta hurt. Oh, don't stretch it, don't stretch it.
Oh, God, right? Like, be nice.
Oh, he's grabbing the sledgehammer. Is he gonna hit it with a sledgehammer?
The sledgehammer. Hey, Vin.
Look at this. He's gonna stomp it.
Never
He
mind.
did. He stomped that chest muscle.
Instead of giving him a curb stomp on his head, he gave him a curb stomp on his, whatever you call that, arm, pectoral.
Oh, he's poking him with the stick. Look at him. He's poking it. Oh, now he's driving that sledgehammer into it.
Torturing Cody Rhodes.
This is a great way to push Seth moving forward.
As a bad guy?
Well, just this, like, the demented Seth, you know, we've seen it before with Rey Mysterio's eye. Mm-hmm. But look at the heat. You suck. You suck. It's perfect heat.
Yeah. And there's your commercial break. I hit him with a stick.
Yeah, he's just poking him.
It's like, poke, poke.
Prodding him.
Poking a bear. So where'd you end off at? Vindicators, Matthews, Chris.
Well, Sophie wasn't in here when I was talking, so and then there's Hello Deletha, so it's right before that.
Oh.
I think it's Cody. No,
Almost
yes,
won.
I read that one. Almost won.
Right.
13.
And he said, I think this is symbolic, like WWE letting AEW come to WWE. Cool. So he says, hi, how did you like the pay-per-view last night?
It's good. 7 or 8. You know, it was a good show. Nothing really to complain about, except for the, you know, I'd have liked to see a better cell match. I mean, it was a good cell match, but it could have been better if Cody wasn't injured.
If Cody was completely healthy, it would have been really,
right,
really,
and
really
that's,
good.
and we know that, so I think we're adding
good.
to that on our own. In reality, the match was like a 5, but in our heads, it's a 9 because of what it meant. You know?
Yes.
We'll do the drive. I've got a jet bike.
Oh, goodness. This actually looks pretty fun.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
I like the Minions ones.
It's the Rise of Gru.
Uh-huh.
Or whatever his name.
Yeah,
Gru.
Gru. Anyways, Chris says then that's what Triple H did to HBK at SummerSlam 02.
Yes.
And Sophie says, it is looking like Cody won't miss any WWE TV after that promo.
Right? He was talking about winning Money in the Bank.
What? Chief Detective, well, now he can't, right? He was talking about, oh, I'm fine, I'm going to be great, it's not a big deal. And then he got attacked by Seth. So now he's probably injured. So now he can go off into the sunset for a moment and get a, better. Anyways, Chief Detective Martha's in the chat says, boo, Seth's an ass. Vindicator says, no more Seth versus Cody, please. The trilogy was enough. So, Travis, does Mr. Rhodes' injury vacation leave a void for the title picture with Roman?
It does. I think it really does. I think there is a giant void. They can do something with Bobby Lashley still, if they decide to go that route. Bobby Lashley hinted at it last night. He took a fan's title belt and walked around and held it up.
Uh-huh.
And then, he did give it back to him. Not that that's the point, but he was hinting at being world champion again, and the crowd was going nuts.
Yeah.
And he's a babyface, so a babyface Bobby as a champion, or, going after the title from Roman, it could work.
Right. Yeah. It could.
Especially if he wins Money in the Bank, he can cash in on Roman.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially like the crown of the castle or whatever.
Yeah, what is that?
It doesn't matter. Castle Clash or whatever. Clash
at the Castle.
I'm just saying that, he's going to be fighting Drew, and Drew's badass, so he's going to push him to the max. He's going to win.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bobby can cash in. I mean, like, right there.
So they're back now, but...
Let me get up. Just let me get up.
Just let me get up. He says, Sophie says if Cody does get surgery, he could be off WWT for the rest of the year. And 4 to 6 months, depending.
It does look, 6 months probably is more realistic. But it does look a lot better today than it did yesterday.
Yeah, it does.
It's got a lot of that darkness out of it. That's how your body heals. Within a week, he won't have any of that bruising left. But
pride and all that good stuff.
Look at it on the back of his tricep. It almost looks like he tore his tricep. Obviously, he didn't. But
right.
It's just weird where it's pooled, all the blood.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's still really swollen on that side of his body and stuff. So
well, it's not connected, so it's just a bunch of muscle just laying there.
Yeah. This is great.
There's a dame in the ring. Is that Dana Brooke or is that that's Dana Brooke, right?
Is that?
It's either her or Liv Morgan.
Carmella? It's not Liv. Too big of boobs.
Oh,
way bigger boobs.
I didn't see boobs.
The boobs are huge.
If they're big boobs, then it's
the boobs are huge.
Oh, he's not getting on that cart.
And it's Raw, so.
He's like, you gotta.
He's like, I'm gonna walk my ass out of here.
And she's clapping whoever it is. Maybe it's Carmella, but I doubt
I don't know. They're wearing pants.
That's why I think it's Dana.
Yeah, it's probably her. Let's see. Pickle is in the chat. Hey, Pickle says, shucky, ducky, quack, quack. Nice.
Talk about getting an entrance. She goes out there with her. Guaranteed there was no music playing.
Right.
She just like walks out there around the chaos that is Cody.
Matthew's like, Roman Reigns needs to lose the belt or belts. Pickle's like, chocolate milk punk would never fall for that. Hugh Rollins is a god. Matthew says, Spironi. Sophie says they could have found a replacement for Cody last night since Cody is truly injured. I don't think it would have went over very well, and I think people would have turned on Cody. I think what they did and him doing what he did basically sealed that he is WWE.
In the house show the night before, what they did is they replaced Cody with Drew McIntyre.
Did they?
Yeah, the night before.
Yeah.
Or Friday, whatever.
Right. The house show that they did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Cody was like, yeah,
no. He came out and chased Seth away. Because Seth was trying to damage, Drew with a sledgehammer or whatever.
Oh. Vindicator says Roman needs to retire. John Cena, Dwayne Johnson, and Hollywood are calling him. Sophie says all the people that keep saying wrestling is fake look at Cody.
Big time Bex.
Vindicator says, just to reiterate, Liv is getting screwed tonight in favor of Ripley to be #1 contender. Which, of course, is boring and unfair.
I wonder who that lady in the ring is. There's no way it's Dana.
People is like, who's wearing pants? We don't need no stinking pants.
There's a girl in the ring, but we couldn't tell who it was. I thought it was Liv Morgan. She says it's...
Whoever it is has
Carmella.
ginormous boobs, so it can't be Liv. She has no boobs. Savaric goes in the chat, says, "You sup, everyone?" Not
What
much.
up?
What's up with you, my man? Matthew's like, "I'm wearing a sock. Just one sock? Are you wearing anything else, or is it just a sock? Because if it's just a sock and you're running around buck naked, then, you know, that's fine, I guess." It is, Dana.
It is Dana.
Robbie's like, Vin, agree. Sophie says, at least if you aren't booked for pay-per-views, you get the night off to spend time with family and friends.
Right.
Matthew says, what's Becky going to say? Nothing. She's
not
fight,
talking. She's going to come out and
fight.
just kick Dana's ass. This is the weirdest mismatch ever, maybe.
Maybe. Sophie says, what is Becky wearing? Something better than what she was wearing last night.
I think it's exactly what she wore last night, isn't it? Oh, except for the boots are different. Maybe it's a little different, but it looks the same to me as what she had
People's
last
like,
night.
Bex is a superhero or super villain.
Yeah, she is definitely super at something.
Robbie says, really, Sophie? Chris is like, it's Dana. Robbie's like, LOL, that sounds wrong, D. What sounds wrong? What? What is it? Luke's like, hi, all. Sorry I'm late. Jay got me sick. Well,
Nice.
why just slobber on her?
Don't touch her.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to be like, ew, you're sick, gross. Get away from me. And then put him in a closet. Just kidding.
Keep them with the livestock.
Just make her sleep with the animals. I tease it. Pickle's like, yep, it's Dana. Vindicator's like, Robbie, let's me and you boo small time Rebecca together. Boo small time. And hope the jobber Dana Brooke beats her.
I was just going to say that, by the way. I could easily see Dana winning this match, like in a roll-up.
Like a weird fruit roll-up.
Like a quick
she
one.
gets distracted or something, and she's like, ha-ha! Sophie's like, wow, I'm surprised Becky isn't in that fatal four-way match. Robbie says Dana is going to get her ass kicked. Sophie says for a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, it felt lukewarm at best. Vindicator says Becky had her shot. Sophie back of the line for the rest of the
Big
year.
kick. Punch right there. Becky taking it right to Dana. But like I said, this is a little of a mismatch, but maybe Dana will get in some... 24/7 in the middle of a Becky match. Becky might just beat them all up. Go
They're
for the Lambeau Field, for Christ's sakes.
Right?
Uh-oh. Is Dana going to win the title in the middle of her match? So Dana, in the middle of her match, won the 24/7 championship.
Look at Becky.
I mean, Becky.
Look at her face.
I mean, Becky gonna win the 24/7 title? Oh God. Why does Becky want a 24/7 title? Becky? They're like going to try to bring relevance to the 24/7 title?
Chris is like, Dana with a fruit roll-up.
What
Yeah.
in tarnation is happening right now to WWE Raw?
Luke says, oh yes, that will go well. Me trying to put a bisexual back in a closet laughing. Way to go, Luke. Taking it all the way to the serious end of the pool. Good job. Just can't have fun with it. We have to make some comment like that. Tisk, tisk. Robbie's like, LOL, Vin and D likes their fruit roll-up. Robbie, have you ever eaten a fruit roll-up? They're actually not too bad.
I used to just rip them in a little piece and just stick them on
It's
my
like
tongue
fruit leather.
until they just disappeared.
Right. A lot of people like fold them in big squares and like just chew the whole big thing. Zavrika says Becky and Seth are on a losing streak as a couple. P. Cole says Dana and Becky for #1 contender 24/7 title. Matthew says the bisexual is only 1 foot out. P. Cole's like, Bex has no idea she is part of the circus now. Chris says, damn, Becky got to be fuming being in a 24/7 title segment. So it was like, I'm guessing Becky is going to be involved in the 24/7 championship division now. What a downgrade. We've had others do it and not be in a downgrade, so I don't really feel for all of them it's a downgrade. Matthew says Twilight Zone Raw. Looks like, oh, I was being sarcastic, dude. Were you? Rebecca's like, Becky should be in handcuffs again. She made threats to the innocent.
I heard that. Lock her up.
Chris says Becky making 24/7 title relevant finally. LOL. Hey, even Rock challenged for hardcore title before, and Taker was even hardcore champ.
Hardcore champion is a step up. The 24/7 title's really weird.
It's hardcore.
Well,
Not the
was,
24/7.
right. Same rules. It was just called the hardcore title.
Mm. The 24/7 looks like they had a whole bunch of kids in kindergarten make it. And then they asked them what the rules should be.
Afterwards. Can it say 24/7 on it? Okay, that's
It does.
That's it. That's the only rule. Made it. Or Miz, I don't know.
I made
Looks
it.
like you made it.
It got in there. So it was like, at least it is something fresh for Becky. Pickle says, hey, this is how you come up with fresh storylines. I was like, nah, I can't say I would either, LOLD. Pickle's like, oh no, Sophie beat me to it. So I was like, put Becky in the women's tag championship division. I was like, dude, don't tease Luke, LOL.
I think Becky's going to be wrestling Esther at SummerSlam. So that's why they're not putting her in this next match. They're doing a fatal 4-way.
Oh. Who's in the fatal 4-way?
Liv and
Rhea?
Bliss, for sure. I think Rhea's in it, so there's 3. And I don't know. Nikki Asich. I don't know who the other member is. I'm sure they'll tell us again. Or somebody in the chat can tell us. I tried to rewind it on here, but it didn't rewind, so. Because they did show it at the beginning, but I was looking down. And then when I looked up, they were showing the Usos versus the Street Profits, and that is a contenders match, which the Street Profits should win that. And then we'll see the Usos and the Street Profits. That'd be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they could split those titles up, but maybe they're doing it because everybody's hurt now. Who's this? Asuka. God damn it.
Looks like I don't look at it as a downgrade. It's a way to keep Becky in the open, but away from the main title.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's just better to do with a feud, though, than putting a belt on her. Because then you're going to have people chasing her in the back. It just seems weird with that title. See, here it is. What did I say? Oh, no. I was thinking for sure it was happening. It would have definitely been her biggest win of her career.
It says, but Becky is the first main eventer for the women to be involved in this 24/7 thing. Rob is like, do you seem hardcore? Totally. People's like, hardcore. I mean, the Legends Mean Street Posse held the hardcore title a couple of times.
Yeah, whoever that is.
The Legends.
Well, I get it, but he said a group name. I don't know who the group
Mean
is.
Street Posse.
Yeah, I'd have to Google it.
So he says they should create a mid-card championship for the women because the women don't have anything to compete for.
Oh my God, they have 2 titles, and there's like 12 women. They don't need a title for every 6 people.
I think they should give
Dana misses.
everybody a participation title.
Big boot. Why is this match lasting this long? I mean, obviously they're trying to tell a story here, but...
Luke says Dewdrop is in it.
Oh, Dewdrop's the other one.
Not
Uh-oh, there it is. Asuka wouldn't let her put her foot over it. That's it. Basically a roll-up. Dana Brooke wins. She gets by with a little help of her friends. Dana ran away. She's gone. Oh, that was great. It was, predictable as fuck, but...
Oh, yeah. Robbie says, you are mean. LOL, but don't stop. Oh, I won't stop. I'll always be mean to you. It's how I show my love.
I mean...
It's my love language.
I'm just saying, if you are a referee, and I get that it's a show, like a television show.
Right.
But isn't your job to kind of see if their feet are on the rope?
Yes. It's your job to see if their shoulders are down, their feet are on the ropes, if anybody's holding on to them.
Right, because hypothetically, if he would have just looked to see if her foot was on the rope, he would have seen Asuka holding her foot.
Yes, definitely. Oh, for sure.
But I get what's happening. I'm just trying to be really serious here with my women's division. It's Miz time. Is it Miz TV? Is he in a suit or is he in wrestling gear? Oh, got a little bombshell with him. I don't know if that's little.
Do you think she's a size H?
Yes, I think she's a double F. Riddle in there, huh?
Weird.
After Raw is their season premiere. That's why she's on here, by the way, for USA Network.
It makes a lot of sense now.
Miz TV.
So if it says Liv, Rhea, Doudrop, and Alexa are in that four-way. It looks like Doudrop, Liv, Alexa, and I don't remember the fourth.
It should be good.
Rhea. Now we all know. But it's like Asuka walking like she's drunk. Somebody's like Becky versus Asuka at Money in the Bank. Matthew says, I hope Bayley comes back.
I really wish that they would. I know I've redundant on this, but like, if they would just take Doudrop and turn her into a badass, she could just run roughshod on the women's division.
Yeah, she could just beat everybody up, even if she never won a title.
Just turn her into Vader. That same type of character, just a crazy, like, she could even have the mask. Fuck, I don't care. She could be possessed by Vader. However they want to write up the story. Just make her a badass, and then she could just walk through the women's division. But instead of having her be the goofy...
Right.
She's not even really that goofy.
No, she's not goofy anymore. And she wasn't really when she started either. But I was like, Dana is more basic than Carmella in the ring. Ian Glazer said, he is the bastard pack. Sophie says, we know Bayley is coming back soon. And Robbie says, Beck's screwed like Bret Hart. It looks like Mean Street Posse were Shane's 4 goons that were from the mean streets of Greenwich.
Yeah, okay. I remember that now.
Chris says, Dana, longest match. Right? It's the longest match she's been in, like, forever. Sophie's like, retire the Women's Tag Championship and create a female version of the U.S. Championship. Piccolo says, oh, Travis, they were Shane's lackeys. They wore cardigan sweatshirts.
I remember now.
Piccolo says, Dana pushed to the moon.
Yeah, she just beat the champ.
Luke says, Sophie, they don't need the women's tag belts or any other belts besides main belts till they have more women.
And not only more women, but use them. Like, utilize them. With time, you know, I want 20-minute matches like we just had at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah. That
first match, 20 minutes. Perfect.
Yep. Piccolo says feet are on the ground. They're reaching for the stars. American Top 40. Sophie says, wow, Cena coming back the Monday before Monday, Money in the Bank. Bryce Pitts is in the chat. Hey, Bryce says, hey, hello, sorry, I had to hop in a little bit late. I was doing some chores.
That's
no problem, Bryce. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate that. Robbie says, it's the cheesy Cheeto couple. And Piccolo says, Ms. Bond and Fun Bags Frenchie. Fun Bags.
Oh, Fun Bags.
You guys. Chris says, Cena coming to Texas on June 27th, even better, because here in Texas, June 27th is like a holiday here in Houston, Texas, because it's a Houston rapper's birthday on June 27th.
Uh-oh. I did not know that.
How many times in a sentence can you say June 27th, Chris?
June 27th.
Because you said it 3 times. That's sentence. Looks like, so that means Rhea will win the 4-way? Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, I would like to see that, but I would like to see her get a big push, and I don't want it to just be a match.
Mm-hmm.
And if whoever's wrestling Esther next isn't winning, because they're planning on putting Becky against her at SummerSlam. And so...
When's the SummerSlam pay-per-view?
The end of July.
Okay.
So that means whoever's next is probably not going to get that big of a push at her. So I'd rather it just be somebody else, like Liv or...
Nikki ASH.
Or Doudrop. Because I don't want it to be the Blister either.
You want to see Doudrop and Esther some more?
I just don't want to see Rhea, because I want to see Rhea win the championship. I think Rhea's ready. And with the group she's in, it would just do well. And if she's going to keep in that new outfit, she's more than welcome to have a 2-year title reign.
So it says it's interesting John Cena coming back on the Raw night after the AEW New Japan pay-per-view. Matthew says Rhea and Bianca can muscle up Doudrop. Rabbit says, I don't think Bayley is coming back. Piccolo says, is it Slim Thug or Paul Wall DJ Screw? I guess that question is for Chris.
Yeah, no idea.
Because I don't know those people. Luke says Doudrop was a badass in NXT UK. She needs to become a badass again.
Yeah.
Sophie's like, with Cena coming back on June 27th, they have plenty of time to build for a SummerSlam feud. And then Chris says, no, that's a rapper called DMO, birthday on June 27th. He was affiliated with DJ Screw, though.
All right. Maurice is out there.
I think you just said it 4 times, Chris. For 5, you need 1 more time. Oh my god, dude. Ew.
Have fish. Mom doesn't like fish, buddy. He's like, what's this new thing? Never seen that.
I threw it out. Now what are you going to do?
He doesn't care. He found a new love.
Butter. He does like butter.
Square piece. Oh, he sees this.
Oh, he loves that too.
Oh my god. Every time I leave that laying around, he's on top of it. Wow. Maurice looking like a solid 10. No. He's like, hey, who are these? Leopold's like, she's got baby.
Matthew's like, Cena versus Theory. I'm calling it.
My show. It's my show.
My show. Pico says, okay. I just Googled it. Chris says, and Sophie said it once, so now it's 6 times. Film is in the chat. Hey, Film says, hello, Misty and Travis. Well, it's John Cena's 20-year anniversary. Big hugs and big heart. It's Monday, and I know what that means. It's Monday Night Raw.
That's funny. She's making fun of Green Bay. Put your hand up, Miz.
Chris says, Maurice looking good. And Sophie says, we could possibly see Cena versus Theory at SummerSlam. Pico's like, Miz doing Steiner math. It looks like in NXT UK, Doudrop had a hell of a 3-person rivalry with Toni Storm and Kaylee Ray. Pico is like, 85% of the time, it works every time. It's Riddle. Coming down for his appearance on Miz TV. He interrupted Miz and Maurice. Or, technically, he interrupted Maurice.
Right.
How dare he?
Right. Alrighty. All right. Right.
Bonjour.
Right. All right. Oh, you're fine. All right. Bye-bye.
He's like speaking. He's speaking French French and Spanish, and then she spoke French to him, and he said, "Gesundheit." Silly. Unlike my stepdad.
I don't know about that, Miz.
Boy, the Bloodline. Premiere party.
Miz is like, oh, no. You don't talk to me like that.
Oh, that's such weird. Here's like, damn it, I just caught a glimpse of American Ninja Warrior on NBC and saw a 70-year-old man shove a full raw egg in his mouth and chew and crunch it. Ew, now I can't unsee it. Oh, that's so disgusting.
I almost puked.
That's like bad. Like, I could see eating raw eggs, but chewing the whole egg? It's nasty. Oh, yeah? Everybody's going to.
Good luck, Riddle.
Look at Miz laughing. Can't keep a straight face. He's delusional.
I'll give Riddle a little bit of mic work. Tear him up, Miz. Tiny balls or chin.
Oh, God. Oh, God! Got the biggest balls of them all.
Prove it. Oh, Lord. No, she's getting him in trouble again. So it's like with the Unified Men's World Championships, we don't know how that is going to affect Money in the Bank this year. Matthew says, Vin, that dude is hardcore. Zavrigo says, Maurice is always a perfect 10. Right.
So he says, Freddie Prinze Jr. is going to produce a Bella Twins documentary for A&E.
That'll be okay.
Vindicator says, dude is a nutcase, Matthew. Never to be invited into my house. So he says, Riddle versus Miz. I don't think we have seen them feud before. Vindicator says, neither is Riddle and his stupid Nikki ASH type of costume. No. LOL. Zavrico says, we need Miz to take back the Intercontinental title.
Oh!
No. Oh!
Ciampa from behind. Is Ciampa like Miz's little guy? He's helping out there with the Ollie stuff a little bit, too.
Like, hello, sir. Why are you here? Look, did you see Miz's face? He's kind of like, where do I know you?
On second thought, let's have that match. Riddle can't compete.
So it says, weren't they hinting at a Riddle versus Reigns feud not that long ago?
What's going to happen? I would assume it'll happen at the next pay-per-view or even SummerSlam.
P. Cola knows what Riddle said in French. Oh. He says, hello, I love cheese. And Chris said, Riddle said dog. But what did Maurice say back to him?
Google Translate.
That's what I want to know. Chris said, Riddle says dog. So it says, I'm guessing the Riddle versus Roman match might not happen now. So he also says, yay, they're actually doing Riddle versus Roman at Money in the Bank. I'm surprised. Then says, with Money in the Bank being moved to a smaller venue, there were rumors that Roman might not wrestle on it.
You know, I wonder if she's teaching her kids French. She should be.
I hope so. I hope they're teaching both languages.
No accents that way.
Mm-hmm. Chris says, LOL, Riddle getting over. Chris also says, prove it. Live sex celebration right now. Oh my God. Chris, that's terrible. Nicker says, the kitty won't understand Maurice's definition of balls. I thought that's who this company was catering to. Guess not all of the time.
La 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 la.
Vindicator says, finally, Ciampa getting meaningful airtime. Is it meaningful?
Well, I thought he was going to have a really good feud there with Ali, but they didn't go that route. That would have been great. They could have kept that going for a while.
Mm-hmm. That's not a hoarder's house. A hoarder's house has way more pathways in it.
And garbage.
No, you do have different types. You have the type that do hoard garbage, but you have the type that have they buy stuff. So they buy clothes from they go to secondhand stores and buy clothes. They go on QVC and buy stuff, and then they just accumulate stuff. And then all the stuff will have tags on it. In a way, I guess I'm kind of a clothes hoarder. I still have clothes with tags on them and stuff.
Wackadoodle.
Right.
All right, the match had started in the commercial break, and it looks like The Miz is making short work of Riddle.
Maybe.
I feel like Riddle's still going to win.
Right. So he says, if Cody is off WWE TV, the WWE Raw roster doesn't have anybody to take his place. Dove Wrestling is back in the chat. Hey, Dove Wrestling says, Vince sends Seth to attack Cody for one reason, and that's to punish Cody for helping AEW beat NXT in the Wednesday Night Wars. Yeah.
That's it.
That's probably it, right? That sounds logic. So he says Roman is on.
The science is there to back that up.
It is. So he's and Roman is on a Brock-like schedule, meaning he won't appear on every WWE TV or pay-per-view except the important ones. Time Warner and Discovery is now involved in this whole MJF mess.
I did see that. It's kind of weird. They want him taken off everything.
Looks like Sophie WWE has plenty of people to step up for Cody's spot. They just have to actually build one of its 6 billion stars.
Yeah, they have plenty of stars that they could do stuff with. If they choose to.
Right? So he says the WWE build Raw around one guy, Cody. They didn't really. And if you're going to say that, then they did it with Roman too. So now what?
He wasn't there long enough to build the roster around. Come on, he's the newest guy on the block.
Right?
I think he's newer than Butch. Not that Butch is there, but.
Dove Wrestling says Vince never got over NXT loses AEW Wednesday Night War.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God, he's ripping
There's
off his
his
pants
britches.
again. What is it with ripping off the Miz's pants? Every time Maurice gets him involved in some kind of a match,
We might see his
he
balls.
always gets his pants ripped off. It's kind of weird. I feel like they have some obsession.
Oh, there's the loaded purse. She left the loaded purse.
Oh, how sweet.
She cares about him. It's probably going to be
Maybe he
used
needed
on
some
him.
lip gloss.
RKO out of nowhere. Look, he's got a purse in his hand. 2 and 3. Riddle does win. It's like most men at the mall, holding the women's purse, sitting at the little waiting thing.
I find Riddle boring.
He's not that good on the mic, so he talks really slow, which works. But he's better with Randy when he can be funny. When he has to do it by himself, he has a hard time.
And the whole, like, I'm taking over Randy's gimmick thing bothers me.
Right. It's a tribute. I don't think it's something he's going to stick with.
Some NXT stuff they're showing you guys.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of that. But why not? Show some highlights of their minor league system.
I did not watch any of it. Alright. Let's see. Sophie wants you to know if this whole MJF storyline is fake or work, it is really good one, especially with the networks involved. Sophie also says, do you think this MJF storyline is real or fake? It is hard to tell.
Right. I think it could have been real, but I think after they met and talked in person, I think they decided to plan it out and they made it the storyline. But it's still hard to tell. I mean, I could definitely be wrong. I'm 51% positive that it's a work. How about that? Street Profit time! Even Saxton doesn't screw that up. He's all like, it's rated solo cups. They're like, they haven't even released them yet.
I screwed it up. What a dummy. Vinegar says Miz is using his sex symbol status in his own mind to desperately sell his family show that comes on after WWE Katie programming, aka Raw and NXT.
Every time I think of Maurice, I think of her being Nikki Bella. But John. Every time. I can't help it.
Right? I have things like that too. Like that show up. But not like in wrestling, but other stuff. So they already have the Money in the Bank briefcases above them.
Yeah, that's what Cody said. And look above me. You know, and then he said that it's eluded him. Like he was hitting it wrestling at Money in the Bank. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's great.
We the ones. The Uso Penitentiary.
So Luke is saying there are a lot of reports saying Liv might win Money in the Bank. Rhea is supposed to win the championship. And late this fall or winter, Liv will cash in on Rhea and go heel.
Right. I would not be a fan of that. But it's good storytelling. If they want to go that far with that story with Rhea and Liv.
Matthew says, I bet it was real and was turned into a work due to the publicity.
Right.
And Luke says the same thing. I think everything that happened before last Monday was real, but everything that has happened since last Monday feels like a worked shoot. Or Wednesday, I guess.
Right.
We'll say. I know you meant Wednesday, Luke. You're sick, so it's okay. Sophie says there are a few AEW fans that are thinking what Travis is thinking regarding the whole MJF thing.
Hey, look, the countdown timer to Judgment Day.
Ew, they get a countdown timer now. They welcome a new member.
4, huh? 4 members.
Week by week, growing stronger.
Well, since Ciampa's already been on, I don't know if it'll be him. I was thinking it would be him. Shit. Jey Uso just got knocked out.
Smack!
Got nobody to tag. Dawkins going to pin. Oh, Jimmy almost got pinned. And Jimmy's the bad one. He's not that good. You got to fight both members of the Street Profits without Jay. The Uso Penitentiary.
That was a slap heard around the world.
Uh-oh, here comes Ford.
Jacob Hajin is in the chat. Hey, Jacob. Says, hey, friends. I am in Mississippi.
Mississippi. Mississippi. How's the weather? Is it raining? Or is it sunny?
How did you spell it in school? Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Oh, what was the thing? Like, I something, I humpback, I. You don't remember that one?
No.
Can't remember what it is. Vindicator says 51% wrong, huh, Travis? I don't know. Those poll numbers may be controversial. I would say you were 48% wrong most of the time. Still a lower percentage than my 75% LOL. Vindicator's like, stay safe, Jacob. Is Mississippi bad? Sophie says, with MJF thing, it could go either way. Matthew says, Jacob, how's the humidity? Do you now have straight or curly hair? Luke says, thank you, Dalitha. Yeah, well, I have to, give you something. You guys are big babies when you're sick, so. Jacob's like, Vin, I will, Travis. I have to send you a couple pictures, and Matthew, it's kind of hot. Sophie says, they have been doing the countdown ticker for a while, but only on Raw, not SmackDown or pay-per-views yet.
Right. I think it's because it's a 3-hour show. So they do it at the beginning of the second hour to keep people in for the third hour. They started
doing it when Cody started coming.
Yeah, it is. Everybody was calling it the Cody countdown. But now they're using it for other people.
Right. But it started when Cody started coming back.
Facts.
Before that, we never saw it. Just saying.
So it
looks
is
like
new.
Part of the report said Liv would win Money in the Bank, but immediately go into a different feud while Rhea wins the belt. But months later, Liv would cash in on Rhea to do a double turn and surprise cash in.
Woo!
So he says Bryan Danielson could also be injured, as well as Adam Cole and Scorpio Sky.
Right. Danielson he's out for 2 weeks. Adam Cole's going to be off TV until Backdoor. And then who's the other one?
Scorpio Sky.
I don't know anything about Scorpio Sky.
Jacob says no, it's sunny, so it's not raining.
Nice.
It's sunny. Pico says, I'm totally thinking the things that make wrestling make sense because it's a shoot of the thing that causes it to work.
The drama. Gotta have drama.
Chris says, that's how big the Uso egos are, holding up both titles. Always reminding everyone they are double champs. Like in AEW, FTR are double champs and they are heels. They don't have to do that. They don't do it at all. Sophia says, we don't know which part of the MJF thing is a work and which is a shoot. Vindicator says, Uso have literally wrestled no other teams over the last several months beyond New Day, RK Bro, and the Profits. Like, what the hell?
Well, how many teams are there? Come on.
And have the nerve to be upset with Sasha over creative differences.
I want to rock right now.
Well, I think that they should be upset with her and her dumbassness. People's like, Mississippi is the worst. But then there's Arkansas, that demon's butthole. Because of the humidity?
Who's going to be the fourth member? I'm kind of excited about that now.
Oh, yeah, of Judgment Day. I'm like, what are you talking about?
We have 1 hour to guess. Everybody, you get 10 guesses. Go.
Who's going to be the fourth member of Judgment Day? Who's it going to be? Matthew's like, down in the bayou. Looks like I'm not like Trav when I'm sick. I went out to feed all the animals and did laundry while the real baby slept. LOL.
I would have slept. If I get sick, I'm done. But I get a fever. My body fights it off pretty quick. So I'm only sick for like a day. And if it's like a really bad thing like COVID or whatever, it was like 3 days.
Yeah.
2.5.
I don't really consider COVID that bad.
If it hits hard.
I had a worse case of the flu than COVID. When I got the flu before.
Yeah, my highest fever I ever had was not COVID. COVID only got me to about 101.
The highest fever I've ever had, I was ready to die.
I was at 105 and I was in a blanket with a what are those things called? A hair blow dryer and a hoodie, and we were making out, basically.
You and the hair dryer?
Because I was so cold.
Dryer.
I was just shivering cold. And then I'd just go get in the shower and try to get even hotter and hotter.
Stupid.
Yeah, I can see him walking around up there.
Leopold! Sophie says it'll be interesting to see how they do this countdown ticker on pay-per-view. Hey, buddy, what are you doing?
They don't do it on pay-per-view. They're trying to get people to stay and watch the third hour. That's it. People watching the pay-per-view are probably going to watch the third hour because it's important. Raw is kind of like, eh. Like, I'm assuming that Fatal 4-Way match is going to be the main event. I mean, have they announced anything else? Maybe a Bobby Lashley sighting?
I haven't seen
And
anything.
if Bobby Lashley comes out, it's going to be again with Almost.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
I think that's still going.
Films like, hey, Jacob H. Vindicator says WWE management has some nerve, so delusional and oblivious to their own repetitiveness. Sophie says the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view shouldn't have happened last night. They could have took a month off and don't have a pay-per-view in June. Film says, let's go Street Profits. And Jacob says, do you check Instagram? And hey, Film, about to go to casino. Sophie says, T-Bar is one of her guesses. Picola says Joey
He
Janela.
was out there earlier.
He needs to be on Vince's payroll.
Oh, fuck.
I don't think he's hardcore enough.
I have his address.
Sophie says with the WWE roster, it is open to everybody and anybody to join Judgment Day. Sure.
Maybe somebody
Edge
from
wanted
NXT.
somebody and then they got rid of him. And here says Judgment Day new member should be a girl to balance things out. Give Tamina something serious to do before she retires in 8 months.
No, Vince likes those 3-man groups, so it makes sense for it to be a dude. I don't know if it needs to be leveled out. Because then people are going to think that they're going to be a tag team. And I don't want to see Rhea in a tag team.
Again.
At all. Like, nowhere near a tag team.
So I said, I don't want to say it again.
Ever again.
Looks like my issue when I get sick is it kicks my diabetes into overdrive, making my blood sugar skyrocket, which makes me sicker than just normal sick. But if I catch it in time, I take extra insulin. And that helps.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that really sucks. Ayla says, hey, and Sophie says, so far this is one of the weeks that Raw doesn't feel like a drag. And Luke says, hi, Ayla, and Pico says, bring back Shayna Raw Underground. That'll put butts in seats. And Nikir says, but the new member will likely be Mace, the face that never ran the place, even his dreams.
Have you seen him? He worked on his body. That would be awesome if it's him. He's like shredded.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Chris says Shotzi joined Judgment Day. He was like, hi, Luke. And he was like, did you miss me or something? And he was like, Ayla, is that you or a bot?
Calling an Ayla bot.
Yeah. Sophie says it's interesting.
No, what the?
It's like, let me chew on this. Rub on it, chew on it. Come back over here, get petted. Sophie says it's interesting when it comes to Raw, AEW, and SmackDown. Your stream doesn't have problems, but when it comes to pay-per-view, that's when things get messed up.
We had nothing but problems last week. The whole week.
It was like definitely a bot.
I couldn't even get the freaking internet to work one of those days. What day was that? Monday? Last week? Or was it Wednesday?
I don't remember what day it was. I think it was Wednesday.
Yeah, because we missed the CM Punk match.
We missed CM Punk taking a shit.
In the ring.
In the ring.
He shit the bed.
He shit in the ring. He shit in the ring. That's what I'm calling it from now on.
We the
Somebody
ones.
says Raw Underground, another failure that people want to forget, and it didn't last that long. It was like a bot. Chris says Mace was going to be a male model for Max Dupree. He was managing him in dark matches.
That would be
He was going to be, but he's not anymore.
Maybe he still will be.
Maybe he will be. Pico's like, OMG, the purring made my headphones vibrate. Ha ha ha. Sorry.
Brr. Le purr, le purr, le meow. He's French.
It looks like they call him shit boy now. Then Nick's like, no, delete that, not that poop conversation again.
Right.
Well, what do you think's going to happen on Wednesday? If he is there at all, I'm going to be saying it a lot. So if it's like, I bet AEW regrets their decision on making CM Punk champion now. Oh no, why would they regret that?
I think if that was the case, they would have stripped him. It would make it a lot more sense just to strip him of the title. But instead, they kept the title on him, and now we're going to do an intern title with Japanese guys possible to win the championship. I doubt they will. I think it's going to be Moxley that wins the whole thing, but they're hinting at the idea that 2 Japanese guys could win the title. People that we've never heard of, unless you watch that stuff. I feel like they're trying with this pay-per-view to get rid of any fan that's just a wrestling fan. You know, that's not a New Japan wrestling fan.
Right.
We don't want you. It's like, why would you do a crossover with a different country where nobody knows anybody's name?
I don't know.
But to me, that seems just absurd. It doesn't help.
No, not really.
I felt like boycotting it. Like, that way, it like at least, you know, says, like, I'm voting with my wallet. I'm not going to watch it. But I will for you guys. But I am definitely not interested in it.
Right?
I'm not going to know anybody's name. I'm going to just slaughter it. I almost need like a recording and say it once, like so we'll be on the air. Just hit it, say the name, and then I can just hit the repeat button.
Yeah.
Shinsuke Nakamura wins, you know, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a year to learn Shinsuke Nakamura's name.
Right. It's true.
Miyaki Odo or whatever her name is. I've already forgot her name. And she, like, I thought I'd remember her name forever.
Kairi Sane.
Well, those, yeah, Oscar.
Io Shirai. Hiroko Shida. That one was
Shida.
like, what?
We just call her Shida still, but yeah. And then Riho, but that one's easy to remember. Basically, we just named a bunch of broads.
Yes.
Not one dude now. Oh, wait, no, Shinsuke Nakamura. Yeah, because
Tozawa.
Yeah, Tozawa. What's the other guy that was the Michael J. Fox? He got
Oh
cut.
my god, I don't remember.
Right? See? That's
like,
what I'm getting at.
No
like
idea. Maki Ito. Thanks, Luke.
Maki Ito.
Thank you, Luke.
Fantastic. She was fun.
Maki Ito. If I see them, I usually can kind of guess how they're pronounced. And I kind of get close. But
I'm just saying I want to know their names before the pay-per-view.
Sometimes I'm glad I watch anime. That's the only reason why I know how to say some of the names.
Get Tony's son over here.
Right? Iive says,
like, hey,
that.
You need to read this shit for me.
What shit? What?
Whatever their names are when he's here.
Oh. Chris says, how many times can you say he shit the ring? LOL.
She can say it a lot, trust me.
Enough times that you have to ask about it. Let's see. Sophie said sometimes when something happens in the dark match, it does usually end up on WWE TV. Sometimes.
Right.
It was like, I need new snack suggestions. Costco is out of all the food snacks that I like. I settled for some assorted chocolates. What kind of snacks do you want? Salty or sweet ones? Pickles like Peter Avalon will be the new champ.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God. Put down Donhausen in there, too, while you're at it. So it was like, if it's truly a Forbidden Door pay-per-view, it should be open to Impact and Ring of Honor, not just AEW and New Japan.
Well, I mean, obviously it would be open to Ring of Honor since he owns both of them, but maybe there will be some guys. You might see Samoa Joe or somebody on there.
They already did this shit with Impact.
Yeah,
we did the same thing with Impact. What? There's no difference.
Yeah, we did see the Impact stuff for quite a while. Dawkins, whoa, lands on his feet too.
guess Jacob must have said bye, but I didn't see it. Film says, okay, bye, Jacob. Take care. Vindicator says, bots don't eat Ayla. Only drink oil, which I know isn't cheap these days. But, you know. People says, I'm sorry, but when you watched All In, you didn't know everyone back then.
That's a fact. Yeah, I knew nobody, actually, but I wasn't doing it live. Or was that All Out? What do they do now? Is it All In or All Out? What's their pay-per-view?
All In?
It was All Out.
All Out.
So All Out, yeah. But All In, when they that very first one, I wasn't doing this show yet. And so we were watching it out on the patio, me and Brandon, which I think Brandon's going to want to do the show with us, by the way.
Okay.
On the 26th, because he's been texting me about it. But anyway, we were out on the deck watching it, and I knew nobody. I didn't know the dick flip guy. I honestly didn't know anybody. I had a great time. Jay Lethal, I didn't know who that was, but he did the Randy Savage gimmick, and it was fucking great. 1, 2, oh, Uso kicks out. He got saved right there. That's awesome. Oh, Montez beat the count.
Montez beat the count? What?
It's over.
The Street Profits
The Profits win, and they get a title shot.
Wow.
That was a 15.5-minute match.
That's cool. Let's see. Sophie says this Forbidden Door pay-per-view might be an annual thing moving forward. A film says, hey, Piccola, good to see you. Ayla says, send me some quality oil, Vin. Sophie says, with this Forbidden Door pay-per-view, it might get AEW new fans to both companies.
I just don't see that
I
happening.
probably will never start watching New Japan. Like, ever.
I record it, and then I just delete it. Yeah. I never end up going through and watching it.
It doesn't interest me whatsoever. Vindicator says, I want to see you walk through that Forbidden Door into a parallel universe, Sophie, to meet your other self. And Walter's like, good Raw tonight. Hey, Walter, nice to see you in here. Luke says, do you think you should watch Fairy Tale and Bleach if you haven't? I've seen Bleach, most of them. I haven't heard of the Fairy Tale one. 2 of my faves aside from Death Note. Death Note's really good. I've seen that one. All the Dragon Ball shows and Gundam shows. I've seen a lot of the older ones, like Those Who Hunt Elves.
Gangnam Style.
Chobits. Trigun.
We should call people Chobits. That actually sounds like a funny name. Why is Riddle out there? Because he's just helping out because they're the Usos and he hates the Bloodline.
Yeah, because he hates the Bloodline so bad.
They're going to do a triple threat.
Maybe. Cowboy Bebop was another one. Helsing is one of my more favorite ones. So.
Nothing wrong with Van Helsing.
It's Helsing, but it's the Helsing family. So it's later on in life. Like it's her grandfather or something. Walter's like, Cody is hurt, taking time off. Yes. Sophie says, we don't know how long Punk will be out. Vindicator says, we know, Walter. It was like never going to live it down. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Lutha still talking about
shitting in the ring.
Him shit. About see him shitting the ring. He's just shitting in the ring. Took a big old shit in the ring. Well, there's like, okay, on Wednesday, AEW 8 p.m. Be here. Still here.
Look who that is.
30 my time.
In the back in the suit, behind Cody.
Who is that guy with the beard?
That's Curtis Axel.
It is?
That looked like Curtis Axel. Yeah, he's right there. That is Curtis Axel, isn't it?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Maybe?
I'm pretty sure that's Curtis Axel. Look on your TV. Is that not Curtis Axel in the suit?
Who's that
behind
suit
Cody?
Guy with the beard? Is the only suit guy with a big bushy beard who's tall?
I'm pretty sure that's Curtis Axel.
Who is that guy?
Kurt Hennig's son.
I don't know him.
They fired him from a wrestling part, but... Oh, Bobby time!
Chris says, Travis, all the New Japan names you need to know is as follows. Hiroshi Tanasha, Okada, Tetsuya Naito, LOL, Big Three. That's the Big Three. Walter's like, you have to send that to us on
quizzed?
Insta.
I was going to say, am I going to get quizzed on that?
Can you send it to us on Instagram?
I've already forgot.
Walter's like, yes, Street Profits 1. Sophie says, we also don't know what the theme of the Forbidden Door is going to be. Piccolo says, we won't have to know everyone. It's a one-off pay-per-view, right? Piccolo says, it's enchantment under the sea. Ayla says, we got CM pooping. It's CM, like CM Punk, like not BM, but BM works too, I guess, because you have to take a bowel movement. BM pooping and Sophie's squat walking. This is a strange chat in general. Chris says Fairy Tale is trash because of Ezra is like Sakura. Oh, okay. Looks like your taste in anime is trash then, Chris.
I don't even know what people... I feel like people are talking a separate language or something. I'm like, what the fuck?
I've never heard of Fairy Tale, so I'd have to look it up and see what it's about. Walter's like, Ayla is cool in chat. People's like, or how Hamilton the Forbidden Door. Vindicator says, Strange is right up your alley, A-bot, LOL. Looks like Fairy Tale is the 9th most watched anime in Japan ever in history, so must not be too trash. Is it on Funimation? I don't have Crunchyroll. Is it on Funimation or any other streaming service?
I can get it on the box.
I know, but I wasn't going to, like, promote our stuff. I was asking if it was on legit streaming stuff first. So it was like, do you suspect this AEW New Japan pay-per-view to last 5 hours like all AEW pay-per-views have been known to do? I don't know. They have to give you what the matches are at some point, and we haven't really seen very many.
Yeah, we got to look at the list of matches. If there's 13 matches like their last pay-per-view, then yes, it's going to be
a long-ass pay-per-view.
It's going to be another 4 or 5 hours.
Vindicator says, the stranger, the better. Sophie says, what's the difference between anime and cartoons?
Well, you don't want me to answer that. Let the people that actually care about anime answer that.
I'll let Luke answer your question, Sophie. He can be way more articulate about it. Chris says, yes, that's Axel. Yes, that Axel. There you go.
That's crazy. I did not know he was still with WWE.
As Walter says, yeah, it's Curtis Axel. It was like, I like that one anime. I can never remember the title, but it's a princess something. She saves the forest with a wolf, with a dear God, my goodness, I can't remember. It's Princess Mononoke or Mononoko. It's what the fuck is his name? He does a whole bunch of different ones. They're really cute. They're like my favorite anime movies, if you're gonna go with movies. There's an anime movie that was on Netflix that was so freaking cute. The girl turned into a cat. It was adorable, Ayla. I'll have to look it up and send it to you to watch. It's so cute. You'll like it. Walter's like, yes, it's Curtis Axel. And Vindicator says, yes, that is Curtis, and nobody cares because he amounted to nothing.
I honestly have been waiting for him to show up in AEW.
Why are you guys so mean?
I like Curtis.
Like, I'm mean, but holy shit, that's just mean.
His dad was one of my favorite wrestlers, so I obviously like the kid, but...
Pico's like, we saw Curtis Axel last week pulling Cody and Seth apart.
Yeah, I don't pay attention.
Yeah, that's a no. That's a no. That's a no. Sophie says, that's Curtis Axel. He was there last week. He got hired as a new producer not that long ago.
Yeah, I remember him getting fired, so I was waiting for him to show up on AEW TV.
Right?
He's in the fucking back.
Phil's like, I guess Cody Rhodes will not be in the Money in the Bank and ladder match. I don't know.
No.
Chris says, exactly, if you never heard of Fairy Tale, that means it's trash. Just because I've never heard of it doesn't mean it's trash. I've never heard of it because I probably haven't been exposed to it by somebody. Like, the only reason why...
And you don't want her being exposed to something.
You guys do not want me to expose myself, okay? It's probably gross. Anyways, so the only reason why I ever got involved in anime was the people that I was hanging out with watched it. And then I was like, oh my God, these are really good. And so I started looking for them on my own. And I had no life and I didn't really have a lot of friends. And so I literally got a whole bunch of animes from like Blockbuster Video sent to the house, and I would record and watch them. And then I would just keep doing that. And so I found a whole bunch of different ones I really liked. And like Those Who Hunt Elves is probably one of my more favorite ones because it's hilarious.
Green Bay.
But most people have never even heard of it. Pickles like, don't forget General Tao's crab rangoon and shrimp fried rice, best faction in New Japan. Pickle, I feel like those are fake names.
I don't know. It sounds good.
And sounds like food.
They sound
kind
really
delicious, but it sounds more Chinese than Japanese. But, you know. It was like, thanks, Walter. And Luke says, first off, her name is Erza. Sorry, if I said it wrong, I probably just can't see it. Erza. Second, she is infinitely better than Sakura. Chris says, it's only most watched because it has a bunch of episodes. Sophie says, I used to watch Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid. Films, I can't wait to see the lovely Bliss in action.
Yeah, that's definitely going to happen.
Luke says, you can watch Fairy Tail on Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Funimation, and Crunchyroll. Good. Sophie says, Jeff Jarrett is back as a producer of the WWE. Chris says, it's the Ghibli Studios. Yeah, but the guy's name, Haihir Hala Hula Hiha.
Hula Hoop, yeah.
His name starts with an H.
Lord Hula Hoop.
Luke says, Chris, it's actually one of the shorter animes, less than 400 episodes. Oh my God, there's 400 episodes in it? Jesus Christ. My watching of anime is like 20-something episodes at the most. Like, some of them just get too long. I get bored with them.
Who is it?
Let's go. It's
Austin Theory. That's okay. I can handle this feud.
Ooh, Witchblade. That was another anime that was really good. I really like that one as an anime.
Austin Theory coming
Did
out.
you watch Encanto? No, I don't really watch a lot of Disney movies anymore. Ella says, look it up. I'm desperate for something new to watch. I will. Sophie says, Tyler Breeze might be part of that Max Dupree male models. Oh, God. Luke says, the difference between anime and cartoon. Here's your answer, Sophie. The difference between anime and cartoons is cartoons are more geared for kids. Anime may look like it's for kids, but it's geared for teens and adults, featuring more violence, adult themes, and even sexual themes. And if they're prideful about their anime, it's hand-drawn, by the way. Most anime is still hand-drawn. It is not done with computer shit like a lot of the cartoons nowadays are. So, Ella says, Blockbuster condemns. People's like, I've been watching Lincoln Lawyer. It's 8. It sounds fun. Sophie says, some cartoons are made for adults as well.
Let's handle this like gentlemen and fight about it.
Yeah.
I don't think gentlemen fight about it.
I think they do. He needs to have a glove and slap him.
Yeah, because Bobby don't have those. What the fuck? Austin Theory is showing off his biceps
This
to
guy
Bobby.
is weird. You want to have a bicep match? Let me show you my bicep.
A little bigger.
I'm going to show you mine. I don't have one. Looks like Fairy Tail is also the 11th most watched anime in America. So, well, it's like Bobby Lashley talking in the ring. Yes, he is. He's talking.
Oh, he's pointing at that belt.
Luke says, Sophie, the point is anime is not geared for kids. Sophie says, who would have thought that D was an anime nerd? That's cute. Pico says, Alvin, me, I want to hula hoop. Chris says, One Piece has 1,000 plus episodes.
I want a hula hoop. It's Christmas music.
Uh-huh.
I love it.
You be Brock Lesnar. Luke says, there's over 1,000 episodes of Bleach. I know. I just stopped watching it. Like, I literally had to stop watching it. You haven't
beaten me.
It got so ridiculous, I had to stop watching it. I watched the main first part of Bleach up to a point, and then I'm done. I've tried to watch it more. Can't do it. I can't do it. So if it says, I know anime
He just got his ass kicked out of the ring. Oh, it's funny.
It's very, very cult and cultural, Sophie, anime is. Walter says, so Paul Heyman and Reigns on SmackDown, where are they at? It looks like if you count all the Gundam series, there is over 1K. Oh.
Gundam style.
Like, so that's the problem, right? So, like, you have the original, and then you have all these weird offshoots of them, right? So, is it really good to watch the offshoots? Like, I've done it.
Oh my God, this has been happening for 2 months.
2 months ago? Oh my God! What?
Vera's been here for 2 months.
Oh my God! 2 months, and he's been beating
And they're
up people.
still fucking showing the Mysterios with him.
That's so bad.
Oh, this is terrible.
I don't like it. Sophie says, anybody remember Yu-Gi-Oh? I know the name, but I've never seen it. It was like, I thought the difference was more Asian type adult cartoon. Excuse my ignorance. Haha. Okay, Ayla, you're talking about the grody kind.
That's hentai.
That's hentai. That's nasty. That's the nasty. Nobody, no. Yuck. Caca. It's bad enough that they put women in the anime that have these ginormous boobs. And it's pretty funny because they bounce around all the time. I find it hilarious, but looks like also if you want more ridiculous, funny anime with real good fights, you should check out Gurren Lagann and Kill a la Kill. Yeah, I like, what's that one? Robin, Witch Hunter Robin. I really like that one. That was a good one. Gunslinger Girl. That was a good one. I really like that one. It's been so long since I've watched them that it's hard for me to remember all the ones that I'm like, yeah, I really like that one. And I really like that one. I really like that one. But the goofiest one I ever saw that's ridiculous funny but has good fights is, Those Who Hunt Elves. I love that stupid shit. I can't find it on anything. It doesn't stream anywhere, by the way. Pico says, the more you know. And Chris says, Lashley, former U.S. champ. Yeah, maybe he'll get it again. Sophie says, anime and cartoons are sometimes one and the same. Vindicator says, so Bobby has been demoted to U.S. title feud again. Unless they do like NXT did with Keith Lee and have Bobby win 2 belts, then this makes no sense. I don't think it's really demoting him to a U.S. title feud. He was out there talking about something else, and Theory came out to annoy him. Right? Yes. So that doesn't mean anything. He's already had it. He's looking at it like, all right, kid, put your money where your mouth is. You want to go bicep for bicep? Let's try it out. Looks like, Ayla, you are correct. I was just being general. And Japan has only recognized one American show as anime and even put it in the Japanese Anime Hall of Fame. It's called RWBY, made by Rooster Teeth. The same people who made Red vs. Blue. RWBY, huh?
Bloods versus Crips.
Yes, the Red vs.
South
Blue.
Central, 1980s.
That's exactly probably what that cartoon is. The same people who made that. It sounds legit. Vinegar's like, message retracted. It was like American anime, like The Last Airbender, at least that's what I call it. That's my favorite. Yes, that guy. Luke says, Gurren Lagann and Kill La Kill or Kill LA Kill only have 24-ish episodes each. Oh, so it's like a normal anime series. It has like 20-something episodes and then it doesn't really end. Those are usually the ones I end up watching. Sophie says, with the anime, it could take you forever to watch every episode. Depends on the anime you're watching, Sophie. Some of them do end. Hellsing only has 13 episodes. So, you know. Walter's like, okay, bye, guys. See you Wednesday at AEW. All right, Walter, thanks for hanging out with us for the little bit that you did. Have a great day tomorrow. We'll see you on Wednesday. It's like, night, Walter. Minicare says, I'm more impressed by Dalitha Bicep than anything on this show tonight other than Seth attacking Cody as heinous as it was.
Guns.
I don't have guns. You guys are funny. Chris is like, do you like Rengiku, or is she annoying? But she does have big boobs. I don't know who she is. Like, can you tell me what anime she's in? Like, I don't remember all their names, hon. I just don't. Picola says, take care, Walter. Don't forget the homework assignment. Ooh, homework assignment. Chris is like, octopus hentai. Ooh, don't say that. It looks like all the Gundam shows are actually all set in one universe, so they are all canon except for Gundam Build Fighters and Gundam Build Fighters Try. These are actually really good shows based on Gundam. Ah. Vinegar says, and I was hoping Dominic was thrown on the scrap heap, but he being sacrificed anyway here, so whatever.
I hope so, but he could win.
I
mean, they're not doing anything with Vera. I figured they would, but it's still got him stuck with Dominic.
Yeah.
2 months later.
True. It says, well, I don't watch any of it, honestly. I just generalized it, have only seen a select few. I just figured because most of the time the drawings are Asian style. Sophie says, I have seen bits and pieces of certain anime. I forget the names of them. Luke says, model building But in this show, there are machines that animate the models and they actually battle. It's real good. Yeah, I think I'll pass. Those ones aren't quite my favorite ones to watch. I actually like the ones with like samurais in them and stuff like that more so.
Well, classic style.
Then I don't really like a lot of machine stuff. I think the only one I really like that has machines in it is Witchblade.
Is that the one where the guy builds the girl?
Or Chobits, where she's a computer. That one's just cute. It's just a cute show. It's goofy cute. Ayla says anime is cartoon, but not all cartoons are anime. Sophie says they are setting up Lashley versus Theory. Yeah, kind of, huh? I guess you could say that.
Yeah, that's happening.
It says Red versus Blue. Ha ha ha. It's Halo. It's a funny show about the video game. Oh, it looks like RWBY equals Ruby. Oh, I wouldn't have known that. I'm sorry.
Veer.
Hikolo says, I am the worst example of a typical Asian. Don't have any interest in anime. You were Pacific Asian, though, right? Or not? Yeah.
Filipino?
You're Filipino. They wouldn't have that really there. It would have never been a big thing in the in your culture. It would have never been something that you would have ever even had. Right? I'm like, I've never heard of it, anybody like Filipino who has ever talked about anime. That's more of a Japanese type of thing. Some Korean. Not very much Chinese ever talks about it. Maybe Taiwanese, maybe sometimes. But definitely I've never heard Filipinos talk about anime at all. Like, ever. Like, I don't think it's a thing. Which is fine. And I don't blame you. Like, I don't know if that... I kind of... I would say, Piccolo, that you're probably a typical Asian.
What the fuck?
Well, he said, I am the worst example of a typical Asian. Because he doesn't have any interest in anime. But I'm going to say that's the opposite. I think he is more of a typical Asian because you don't have an interest in anime.
Didn't he say he's the typical Asian that doesn't have any...
I am the worst example of a typical Asian. I don't have any interest in anime. And I'm saying that should be the opposite. You actually are a good example of a typical Asian because you don't have the interest in anime. That's why you are. Jeez. Jeez, Travis, stop trying to make it like it's something else. Talk about reading too thickly between the lines. So it was like, I'm more of a cartoon person than an anime person. Do you think he's going to win this, Dominic? You think he's going to run around enough to get away from him?
No.
That he'll be able to not have anything to do with it?
He's just not on the same level. Dominic's a guy that shouldn't be there. And Veer could at least be a top guy. And they are trying to push the Indians more because they're trying to break into the Indian market.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Looks like Red vs. Blue is actually a computer graphic anime about Halo. It's some of the funniest shot ever.
They put a title on a dude like this, and he can go stratosphere. And he can become a legend like the Great Khali.
Right.
If they do it right. They just got to do it. They got to pull the trigger. And right now it's hard to do because Roman.
Yes. Chris says School Days anime and Higurashi is disturbing. Sophie says, were you a Mighty Morphing Power Rangers fan? God, no, ew.
I don't even know what that is.
Ew, Power Rangers? Ugh,
Is that the girls?
I don't know, but anything Power Rangers, no. Not a fan.
Oh, Power Rangers. They did a movie, I think, with Zac Efron was in it.
Sure. I don't know.
I could be wrong on that, though.
I have no idea. Oh my god, he fell on him. I think it broke his face. This is what happens when 275 pounds trips and falls on you.
Right.
Sorry. Chris says bleach. Luke says bleach. Oh, I know who you're talking about. Is she the tall blonde one in that wears like the really slutty not kimonos, but whatever their gherkins are. I don't remember what they're called. Her outfit, like, is she the tall blonde that's like, and that, is that who that is? Because it can't be the short, dark-headed little girl. The girl that, like, becomes kind of human-y. Luke says, I watched the original Power Rangers. Kimberly was my hero. It's like, you say Bleach and all I think of is the documentary. So it was this anime all of a sudden gotten popular again. Luke says, I really think you'll like Fairy Tail. It has a bit of everything in it, but lots of fighting and magic. It's like Kurt Cobain soaked in bleach. Oh, God. Looks like anime has always been popular. Just depends on the crowd you're around. Chris says, do you never seen Evangelion anime? You know, I've never seen it. That was one I haven't seen. I know it's popular. Holy crap, he got both the Mysterios at the same time. Did you just throw Dominic into Ray?
Yeah,
Is that what happened?
He's beaten Ray with Dominic's dead body.
He's like, here, let me use your son's body on you. And then he kicked him. That's actually pretty funny.
You'll see it right here.
I have kids now. Yeah, that's right. He, like, chucks him around and he throws him into him. Okay. I thought I saw that, but I was like, did I see that right? So it's like, anybody played Kingdom Hearts? Nope, never played that one. Hale says, yeah, Fat Lisa, get some culture, you sausage. Well, it basic biche, haha. Looks like China has anime, but it's Chinese made and highly political. Yeah, I know, but it's not like Japanese anime or like Korean stuff. It's completely like weird. I mean, it's weird. Matthew's like, Cola, how's your math? LOL. Oh my God, you guys. See, you guys, Travis is giving me a hard time about like
Jesus Christ.
Giving him props and he's like, let me read thickly between the lines, Dalitha. And you guys are out there like hey, how's your math? Sophie says, I'm the worst example of an American by not being interested in any sports. They're not. Most Americans aren't interested in sports. Chris says, Trece is a Filipino anime. Oh, Plico is like, aha, Trece. I don't even know what that is. Ayla says, correction, Sophie, you're the best example of a robot because of how you are. Good job. Sophie says, when a pay-per-view is on a Sunday, I think the next day is Monday, not Sunday. Oh, when the pay-per-view is on a Saturday, I think the next day is Monday, not Sunday, because you're not used to them being on Saturdays yet.
Yeah, it will throw you off.
Chris says, yes, tall, blonde, big boobs. Okay, I got her right then. I was like, I'm pretty sure. I was like, the name sounded familiar, but I'm like, but I've never seen it written. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, am I saying it? I don't think I said it right out loud. And then I'm like, who is it? And then when you guys said Bleach, I was like, oh, I know who it is. It's that girl. Matthew's like, robot. Films like this matchup right here is just boring. Sophie's like, I don't know that many people that liked anime. Pico's like, oh yeah, I already read that one. Bryce says, okay, Wrestling Gap, I have to go. See you later on Wednesday. If not, probably Friday. All right, Bryce. Thanks for hanging out with us, man.
See you, bud.
We'll see you hopefully on Wednesday. But if not, we'll definitely see you on Friday. It's like a lot of people love anime. Ha. Looks like Kingdom Hearts is good, but not as good as Final Fantasy. Sophie says, Cola, can you drive good? Oh, God.
And it started.
And, yeah. Good job, Travis.
I'm not the one over here generalizing Asians.
I didn't generalize anybody. Ayla's laughing and Pico's like, hell yeah, math is my strong suit, laughing. Right, bitch? You're like, 2 + 2 does equal 6, bitches. Just kidding. Looks like, Sophie, there are hundreds of conventions every year in America devoted to anime, so it's kind of popular. It was like, awesome. Valley's like, Pico's like, on a good day, I only missed 2 stop signs. Oh, fuck.
Jesus.
I'm so glad you're a good sport. Oh, lose my phone. See, it's trying to eat my phone.
There's that replay. Ray getting taken out by his son.
He was taken out by his son. That's hilarious. Shouldn't laugh about that, but it's pretty funny. I think he's lasted longer.
Match?
I think this is the longest match he's ever had.
Yeah, this is done.
With any of
we're
them.
over 7 minutes.
Holy crap, he sent you a whole bunch of pictures for you to see. Here he is in a throne.
Oh, nice.
And I think you can, well, maybe you can't. Maybe you can just,
Oh, that's cool.
That's like the Redbirds, Memphis Redbirds, and something else. I don't want to show better.
And Tennessee.
And then that's the Memphis
That's
Redbirds sign.
All right. Dominic 619 in the corner.
What?
That smashed Veer's head. He 619'd his head off
How's
the
that
ring
possible?
post.
It's like AutoZone Park or something.
This is minor league baseball stuff.
Well, that's cool.
That's it. One.
Oh, Veer got
Veer
out of
kicked out.
it. How dare he?
They never say that.
It's a 1 count.
Yeah. I never ever see that.
Oh, the Cubbies.
The Cubs.
Stuff.
It's probably their AAA team. Or
Yeah.
double A team.
We're in Memphis.
That's way cool.
That's pretty awesome. I don't know if Jacob's still in here, but Jacob, that was really cool. Thanks for sending those pictures to us. That's awesome.
Oh, $1 million arm.
Millions of dollars.
Now put him in that cerebral, whatever it's called, camel clutch.
The end.
Oh, Ray interfered.
Oh, so he cost his kid a match.
Well, he would have lost anyways. But
Doesn't
that was
matter.
9
He's
minutes
supposed to lose on his
and
own.
17 seconds.
Ugh. Sophie says there are conventions for every genre, though. And I was like, really, Sophie? We were talking about anime, though. Looks like Sophie, as a person who goes to lots of conventions, I can tell you anime and comic conventions are always the most packed. Sophie says, anybody been to Comic Con before? Pretty sure Luke's been to like 5,000 of them. So he's like, I meant there are conventions for everything. Yeah, there's conventions for insurance, too. Let's all go.
So is Comic-Con bigger than porn in Vegas? Because I know that those are huge, those AVAs or whatever they are.
Oh, really? I don't know, maybe.
Well, he's just saying they were the biggest. I was wondering if they compete with the porn ones.
Oh, no, he just said they're always the most packed.
That's what I'm saying.
So he goes to them, so he knows they're really packed. So I don't know. It would depend, I guess, on if you went to a porn one, if you would know if it was packed or not.
Right.
Elias says, finally, y'all making fun of Fat Lisa instead of me, a Mexican-American.
Mexican-American.
Looks like they even have anime conventions here in Ireland, so that should tell you something. Matthew says, yeah, and I'm going to a bigger convention this month in NYC. Nice, Matthew. But what kind of convention is it? Is it for inventions? What's your convention about? You said you're going there up there to like help out one of your buddies. So I kind of want to know. Pico's like, yeah, I kicked out Dragon Con in Atlanta just to see slutty cosplays.
Heck yeah.
So was that, at least you guys don't live in Texas, or else there would be more jokes. What kind of jokes? Pico's like, I don't sugarcoat. Sophie's like, Cola, how's your reading going? It was like, right, at least we don't live in Texas. Imagine if we lived in Florida, though. Ew. Chris says, probably because people go to Comic-Con to see the girls cosplay. Well, that's why Pico went, so it works. So he's like, I don't know the difference between all the Comic-Cons that are out there. It was like, Google it. Looks like if you go to San Diego and New York and Kansas City, cons are bigger size-wise and popularity-wise than AVN.
Than the porn
AVN?
stuff. Yeah, it's something like that.
Jade and I have gone to AVN just to experience it. Yeah. Matthew says 5 Points Festival is America's premium designer toy festival, bringing together the shining stars of designer toys, street art, indie comics, enamel pins, and apparel from all over the world under one roof. I'm mostly investing in my buddy. Oh, that's pretty cool. So it's like designer toys and street art and stuff like that. That would be so cool to go to a convention like that, Matthew. Because those are the kind of cool places that they give you like free little sample things all the time. So you can like get these like cool little things and be like, yeah, this is sweet. Those are the funnest ones. So I hope you have a good time besides, you know, investing in your buddy. People says, I think there's a big porn fest down in Fort Lauderdale. Maybe I should attend. Maybe you should. So we're going to get the Judgment Day person.
Yes. It's happening now.
It's happening right now of who's going to be in their group. I wonder who it's going
Hopefully it's somebody we don't know or somebody that we haven't seen.
Sophie guessed T-Bar.
Yeah, I saw him earlier in the 24/7 chase.
Yeah, he was
so
out
that's
there.
why I was thinking it wouldn't be him.
Right.
I didn't think it'd be anybody we've seen already tonight, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
It's going to be Curtis Axel.
It is. It's probably going to be Curtis Axel. He seemed like the type of guy.
Shock the world.
He's like their baby face guy. Luke says, I love it when people generalize. Yes, cosplay is a big draw, but if you think that's the only reason cons are huge, you're an idiot. No. I know that it's because there are people out there that want to go there for other things and stuff, but I'm sure that you have the weirdos who go just to see that. You know, like the furries. Pretty sure that's why they go. Ernest Bell is in the chat, says, I'm here. Hey, Ernest! Sophie says, which Comic-Con is the one where the bigger stars appear? And Matthew says, Paige. That's his guess.
Panel.
Paige.
Panels. It's all about panels.
It's all about the panels.
It's all about panels.
Panels.
I sure say
Pickle.
panels a lot.
Panels a lot. Pickle says, Wizard World is a con that has wrestler meet and greets.
That's cool.
Wizard World. I would think you would see Harry Potter.
I want to go to a Harry Potter convention. That'd be cool. I would dress up as a witch or a wizard or whatever.
You have to dress up as a witch now.
I can't dress up as a witch.
You can identify as a witch if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to call you a witch?
Mm.
Travis is a witch. You're a witch.
Nope.
You're a witch. You're a witch. You're a witch. You're a witch. Witch, 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 witch. Witch, 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 witch. Are you a switchy witch? Luke says, there are a few Halloween conventions in the summer that show off the newest Halloween and horror stuff, and the one in Chicago is massive. Well, that's pretty cool. Like, so I know that there's all kinds of different conventions for different stuff. That's why I said they have insurance conventions. Why don't people go to those? Those people are probably wild. Sophie says, this week we are getting the trailer for Black Adam. Ayla says, they hold Comic-Con everywhere. My friend wanted to go this year to Boise, but we ended up not going. They have a really big one down in Salt Lake City, too, Ayla, that I had somebody I know goes to that every year. Luke says, Kansas City Comic-Con has wrestlers, too. Ernest Bell says, it's going to be Bray Wyatt. That's who the fourth member, that's his guess.
Oh, that's a good guess.
That's another good guess. Sophie says, oh, right, you guys live in the hub of Comic-Con. Yeah, we do. We live in Idaho, the hub. Looks like
we go to
panels
Potato
are why
Con.
I go to cons. Oh my god! So I was on a TikTok and this person was making fun of this person who made a comment on their video, one of their videos, and they misspelled patriots, and it says potatriots.
Potatriots.
And he's Irish. Oh my god. So he made this whole spiel about how and I said, my comment, let me just pull it up because it's funny. So my comment was, it said, imagine being a potatriot. And I said, I am from Idaho. I identify as a potatriot now. Thank you.
Potatriot.
A potatriot. I was like, that's funny shit. I love it when people make mistakes like that. See, when you guys do it, that's what cracks me up, right? Because it's something that I can possibly use sometime later. Potatriot. That's freaking hilarious. A potatriot. I'm like, it fits. I'm from Idaho. And then, no shit, there was somebody else that had made a comment in there that was from Idaho and said kind of, not the same thing, but along the same lines. So,
That's funny.
I was like, ha. I now identify as a potatriot.
Rhea is wearing the same outfit.
From the other night? From
last night. So.
Oh, kind of. She's wearing the pants, but not the top.
Well,
Her
I'm
top
just saying
is
it's the
better.
same style.
Right, but her top is her normal tops
Yes.
that she wears that shows her boobs and
Yes,
stuff off.
this is way better.
We know what time it is. Judgment Day, people.
Rise for the Judgment.
Luke says, I can't have a cat on my lap. Luke says Kansas City Comic-Con has wrestlers too. I read that, Ernst was that. And Sophie says, all right, you guys want to panels are way to go. Robbie says, D, any more women's matches tonight? There's a 4-way women match tonight, Robbie, that's supposed to happen. Has Rhea, Bliss, Liv, and Dewdrop in it.
She honestly sounds like she's smoked for 40 years.
Her voice is just lower.
I don't hate it. I'm just saying that's what it sounds like.
So she has a pierced tongue as well. And so when she talks, you can tell a little bit. See? Our listening. A lot of people have that problem when they get their tongues pierced. Matthew says Bray would be cool. Sophie says, I never went to Comic-Con. I heard people go nuts. Matthew's like, pig calling conventions. Oh my God, Matthew, yes. That would be amazing. Looks like Sophie, the three biggest Comic-Cons are in this order: San Diego, New York, and Kansas City.
I went to the Potato Hall of Fame one year. Does that count as a Comic-Con?
It's a potato convention, so yes, it does. Pickles like a horror con would be great to go to. Like, right? That'd be pretty interesting.
Everybody just dressed to kill you. You don't know if anybody's real. It'd be cool if they did a movie on it, and then there was a killer there.
Oh my God, like a real killer.
Right.
But he didn't use a gun.
No.
He used other things to kill you.
Like just weird stuff. And the bodies just disappeared. And then they find them all.
So it's like people take off work, school, and whatever they do during the week for Comic-Con. Yep, I know some people that did that. It was like, Potato Con is dope as fuck. If you're ever in Idaho, you should go see Potato Con. It was like Potato Con. Looks like San Diego Comic-Con is in several buildings, equaling 10 football fields long. New York is almost as big, and Kansas City Comic-Con has 5 football fields long. Wow. So it says, would anybody go to a Wrestling Gab panel at Comic-Con? I would, because I'd be there.
Yeah, I'd be stuck there by myself.
Matthew's like,
She's
LOL,
off.
Patriot. Yes, I'm a Potatriot. Luke says, and San Diego Comic-Con goes from Thursdays to Sundays and averages 600K people on all 4 days. Matthew's like, Rhea listens to the fans. I was like, Sophie. Sophie's like, I know Idaho hosts a con, but I forget which one. Potato Con. Sophie says, doesn't Comic-Con
Because they
usually last a week
listened.
or something like that?
They're better because they listened. Who else is listening?
People. People are listening.
Have it be Shane McMahon.
Tonight, somebody was listening, and now they're joining.
Christian.
Oh, God. They're like, well, you know.
Everybody's looking. He's going to... Is it a swerve?
Maybe.
Finn Balor.
Are you kidding?
No, I figured this was happening. But we'll see if it's real.
Oh, this is...
No, well, this was rumored.
Right.
So I knew this. I had said this like a month ago. But that's weird. Is it real, though? I mean, it would be great if he was, because the demon part, they could bring that back.
Right. I guess, but it'd be kind of weird at the same time, right?
We don't know. I mean, the crowd's still cheering. He could still get in there and throw a swerve.
Right. Well, it'd be weird if they did that, though. It kind of... Eli, I sent that to you through text. The name
Yeah,
of
they
that
just
little
wrestled last
anime
night.
That was pretty cute.
Join them. If at first you don't succeed, cheat. And if you can't beat them, there it is. The handshake.
So it says, doesn't... Yeah, it's like we have a small Comic-Con in Boise. We have Halloween-type cons. We have a bunch of different
Look
ones.
at his forehead.
Same with most states. Which ones? His?
Yeah, unless that's the light.
I think it's the light, because look at Edge's forehead.
Oh,
it looks
okay,
just
never
weird.
mind.
Most Comic-Cons are 3 or 4 days long, usually starting on Thursday or Friday and going till Sunday. Matthew's like, gun conventions. And it's like, you don't sleep in the building, you go for the day. So he's like, gun conventions is in Texas.
They have gun conventions all over.
Pico's like, Mr. Potato Head is always a big hit.
You know what's funny is, like, you have all these, like, states that are all weirded out by guns and stuff. But then here in Idaho, they actually... You can go to raffles at schools and win guns.
Yes.
They have raffles here. And you go and spend money and eat and hang out, and you're in the lunchroom at a school, and there's guns being raffled off, and you win it, and you bring it back to your thing, and you're holding guns, and you're inside of a school. It's just funny. Like, and those guns don't possess those people. They don't go kill people.
No.
So they must be a magical gun in other places.
I think they are.
But those guns aren't magical.
No.
I think they bewitch them before they bring them out.
I think they do. I think they get a witch and they put some kind of weird spell on it.
Yeah, because all guns are inherently bad.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Uh-oh.
That's what changed it for him. It's like, I mean, you can go to multiple days, but it's not like a festival. Vindicator message retracted, and Matthew says Mr. Potato Head is sexist, racist, and supports Russian hackers.
Mr. Potato Head?
That's interesting. Sophie's like, huh. Chris is like, prob Champa. Nope, it was Finn Balor. Everybody's probably blown away. Vindicator says Ripley is no different than her NXT days. Edge is so full of it, and Finn was predictable, but it could be a twist. Sophie says, this makes sense, though, and looks like I figured they would reveal the new member during the Fatal 4-Way to help Rhea win.
I feel like they're just taking singles wrestlers, putting them together, and then they break them up too fast. Like, this group's going to be, if this is real,
right?
It's going to be broken up in like a month.
Yeah, they do weird stuff.
Instead of keeping it together for a half a decade.
Right.
And then have the breakup, like the Shield.
Yeah. It was like, it's not like Burning Man where you camp. Usually you get a hotel and go to the Comic-Con. Chris says Finn is a leader, not a follower. Vindicator says Finn needs different music, though. Pigo says this makes no sense. Should have been T-Bar. And Sophie says, so Finn turned.
They just turned on Edge.
So now they're getting rid of Edge?
Yeah.
What the? So they're already breaking it up.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is dumb. So he made Judgment Day, and now they're getting rid of Judgment Day.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Wow, I think this is the dumbest thing I've seen for a while since Retribution.
Yeah. They just took something that could have been at least decent.
And became stupid. Your battery is running low.
Yeah, that's just so weird to me. Whatever. Like I said, let it play out.
I guess, whatever. So strange. So it was like, so Finn turned heel without turning on his partners as people expected. And Matthew's like, yes, 4 of us are getting an Airbnb for the weekend. Nice. It was like, gun conventions are literally everywhere. We have a huge knife one, too. Sophie talking like she knows Idaho and Texas are basically the same thing. Matthew's like, I never saw a fork make a person fat.
Right?
Usually they eat with their hands. Sophie's like, I feel like this is some type of ruse by Finn. And then Sophie's like, what the hell? And Matthew's like, what? Judgment Day is broken up? So he's like, this doesn't make sense. Did they turn Edge back into a face again? It was like, Sophie, you just cursed. And Pico's like, this is cool. Looks like so Finn is going to lead, or are they ending the whole group?
I figure Finn will probably
like,
lead.
Yeah,
them,
my boy Finn Balor is a leader, baby. And Matthew's like, a big old stinker. A shit on the mountain. I don't get it. I really don't get this at all.
Yeah.
Like, it really doesn't make any sense to me.
I feel like it hurts Rhea the most.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely hurts her.
Chris, beat that geriatric. Now he's really going to need his fucking rascal. And Sophie's like, I wonder when they came up with this twist on turning Judgment Day against Edge.
Maybe Edge is leaving.
And why would they be called Judgment Day? Like, they can't be called Judgment Day anymore, can they? I don't think the audience is very happy about it. They all look not happy, especially that one guy who's very fat. He looks very, very angry. She's like, oh, hey, here.
We already seen all this stuff with Edge. Remember? I think it was the Randy Orton storyline. Trying to control
he's trying to control you? Because, like, stay down, idiot, chief detective. Martha's like, ugh. And Sophie says that was a quick hill run by Edge. So they didn't want to be controlled, and they were going with it, and then... I don't understand anything they do.
It's super strange. That's all I can say. There's got to be more to it.
Vindicator says, Judgment Day is not broken up. They're just shifting deck chairs around on the ship. They will carry on Edge legacy and keep the name. Edge knows what he is doing. Chris says, concerto on Edge. And so he's like, how does this make sense? Make it make sense, WWE. Make it make sense, you dumb bastards.
They're switching seats on the Titanic is what they're doing.
They're like, I really don't want to go down with the ship quite yet. I don't understand any of it.
It's as weird as it can get.
I think this is the fucking dumbest shit I've ever seen. Like, I mean, and I've seen some dumb shit in my 3 years of watching this garbage, but holy crap. Like, it's almost as bad as CM Punk taking a shit in the ring on Wednesday. Took a shit right in the ring. That's good for you. Why do you need a whole month to make you happy, weirdos? Chief Detective Martha says, and Priest dressing up like the Joker. Chris says, wouldn't AJ and Liv want to join now that Balor is in charge?
There's no words for what's happening.
I don't know. So if it's like they did a double turn with Finn and Edge that came out of nowhere, then here's like Sonya in the bikini is the best thing I've seen tonight.
There's nothing wrong with it. You can't complain about it.
They show it every month, in every June, like for the last 4 years or so. So it was like, where was AJ and Liv in that segment? Probably slobbering on each other in the back or something. I don't know.
Nah, she's more interested in Finn than AJ.
She's been goo goo gaga-ing over him for a while. Matthew's like, no rainbows. And Ernest Bell says, that was nice. And Film's like, oh no, what a swerve, no way. Ayla, did you get my text message? Did you get it? Did you get my text message?
Judgment Day has officially broken up.
Judgment Day is no longer Judgment Day. We don't know what it's called, but they're thinking they're going to be called Judgment Day, but we don't know without Edge if they can really be called Judgment Day.
What? Why'd you do it then?
Because you're being quiet.
Well, there's nothing.
What? And Pico says, at least we know Edge gets a break. You could have filled it with all the bullshit you normally talk. You could have said, oh my god, and we still have that four-way coming up with all the women.
I don't know if we do. I don't know what's happening. I don't even know how much time's left.
An hour. Pickle says, at least we know Edge gets a break.
Yeah, they've got to take him off TV if that's the case. And then maybe he's just done. Maybe his contract finally ran out.
Maybe. It's like her bikini does nothing for you, Matthew. Definitely a rainbow. Sophie says there was no hints before tonight that Damian and Rhea was going to turn on Edge. That felt like a last minute thing. Vindicator says, so overall, whose storylines are worse these days, Travis? WWE or AEW?
Well, AEW doesn't do storylines, so I'm going to say WWE. But just because the other company doesn't really have storylines. They try, like the Wardlow and MJF one. But you don't see a lot of storylines. You see one forming slowly with the All Elite and the Red Dragons and Adam Cole, whatever they're called. Undisputed Era.
I'm pretty
no
sure
food
that
or water
MJF
after
did
10
that whole
o'clock on
storyline
Sunday
for
night.
MJF and
So you know.
Warflow. What?
Did you just say what?
Mm-hmm.
I just told you. I said no food or water after 10 p.m. on Sunday.
Yeah.
Don't say yeah like you knew. You're the one that wanted me to ask the vet.
Yeah, I asked him when I was there, too. He has to be there between 7:30 and 8:30.
That's this Monday, huh? You're going to lose your balls, buddy.
You better lick them real good for the next 6 days.
Are you going to get a cone of shame? All right, well, Edge has been officially removed from his own little group of lackeys.
People that he made up. Film says ready to see Bliss in action. Ayla's like, no, I didn't. Well, you better go fucking look. Ernest Bell says their new name, the Roman Reigns. Vinegar says, it's a last-minute society, Sophie. So it says maybe they keep the Judgment Day name. Maybe. Pickle's like, funny how you guys invest in something and they just crapshoot the thing weeks later.
Yeah, it's just weird.
It's like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Thanks, Corey. I'm glad all of them are wearing pants. Because otherwise you wouldn't have known they were wearing pants because they were sitting behind a desk. And you wouldn't have known that they had pants.
They like to wear pants back there. Amos. Who's he going to wrestle tonight?
Piccolo says AEW has always done storylines. Matthew says, oh, where is a bikini bitch? I'm not no rainbow. Piccolo's like, Jericho is a wizard. Whatever, Matthew, you probably wear a banana hammock to get in the pool, don't you? That's what you wear. Banana hammocks in the pool. That's worse than a bikini. Piccolo says, Jericho is a wizard.
It's a fact. Is that who he's wrestling? Is it Cedric?
Cedric.
Cedric?
Cedric. That doesn't know how to say words. So he's like, hopefully they have an explanation on why they turned on Edge. They did. Rhea said she was tired of him telling him what to do. Vindicator says Punk versus Paige was a storyline, just not a very good one.
Yeah, very slow forming. And
it was very lame.
That's what I mean by
and
they don't do storylines.
He took a shit in the ring and they fucked over Hangman Page. Good job, AEW. Bravo for your stupidity. Matthew's like, I agree, Cola. So he says, if this is the way the Judgment Day segment was going to end, they could have put that in the main event segment.
Cedric wants to be a part of Raw. Oh, Jesus.
He's like, this is fun. Vindicator's like, message retracted. Looks like no Sophie, they are making the women's
that was 12 seconds.
Main event. Aw, that's really sweet. Sophie says this month is Pride Month, and Vindicator says if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. Pico's like, Vindicator spitting lyrics. So he's like, but like Corey said, Edge opened the door for Damian and Rhea to join him in Judgment Day.
Hey, is that glorious? It is glorious.
What?
The Dirty Dogs are back. The glorious show-offs.
They're like, we're going to come down here and we're going to have a talking
an interview.
Point.
Is Amos going to get up there with them?
I don't know, but
yes,
maybe.
they're panning out.
MVP is like, what the fuck? You don't disrespect us like that. Dooba. Sorry.
Oh! A little thrust kick right in the chin.
Well, at least he kind of caught him.
Yeah.
MVP gets broken quite easily, so you kind of have to be careful with him. He breaks ribs, ankles, knees. Vindicator's like, they call me DJ Vinspin.
That was the number 1 watched Hell in a Cell in WWE history last night.
Was it? Sure it was. Lies, bitches. Let's see. Matthew says, "Oh, Miz T, I will wear a banana hammock just to fulfill your wildest dreams." Hey, thanks, bud. Can you make sure you don't shave too? Because I want to make sure that your banana hammock goes up your butt crack with hairy butt coming off of it. And also, you need to make sure that your bush in the front comes outside of the fabric. It's the best way. It's my dream. Looks like also, Sophie, if they put that in the main event segment, everyone would leave pissed off. Sophie's like, wow, look who's back after being on NXT 2.0 for a while. Vindicator's like, yeah, Dolph and his lousy hairstyles are definitely a waste of airtime. Ernest Ball was like, that was funny. And Sophie says, so in a way we could see Edge and AJ versus Finn and Damian at a future pay-per-view.
I guess.
It looks like a laughing face. Pickles like cranberry marmalade. Punk does storylines. I'm old and I can still hang with the young dudes. Watch me. Stage dive injury. And then he has to be put into geriatric team and he gets a fucking rascal. So he can take a shit in the ring. Matthew's like, oh, what the fuck this deal? Fucking perv. How's that a perv? I mean, you're the one that wanted to wear it for me for my wildest made dreams. Looks like I'm pretty sure the end of an era Hell in a Cell was the most watched. Sophie's like, so we are getting Finn versus Edge now? And Pickle's like, la 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 la, not listening. It was like an extra small hammock for full effect. Right? Exactly. Anthony Manzano's in the chat, though. Hey, Anthony. Says,
Anthony.
Gab,
What
did
up?
Jimmy and Jay announce who the new member of the Bloodline is yet? Or are they waiting for the end of the show for that?
I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't hear anything about that.
As Luke questions, new Bloodline member?
I think you're talking about the ones that we just saw.
Are you talking about Judgment Day,
Judgment
sweetheart?
Day. And we did get to see the new member. It is Finn Balor.
And then they murdered Edge.
And then they turned and attacked Edge.
They murdered him. He's dead. They killed him. Then threw his dead body somewhere outside of the ring. Nobody knows where it is. It's sad. Very sad. Looks like how much you want to bet Edge joins AJ and Liv. Well, he couldn't, right? Because he wants to be the leader, and AJ's the leader. Anthony Manzano says, honestly, I like this big swerve because everybody assumed that Edge was the leader of Judgment Day when it was really Finn pulling all the strings for the group.
Well, we know it was Rhea that's the leader because when she joined, Edge got her haircut. He had a totally different haircut before she joined.
Right.
That's what I'm basing all my information on.
That's probably
It's
the right way to do it. That
a haircut.
means
Always
everything.
go by the haircut.
Sophie says, so I'm guessing when Edge comes back, he brings back his old theme music since he is back as a face.
No idea.
I don't know if that's how it works, but sure, why not? Peckle City?
Hey, Peckle.
Peckle City? Judgment turning on Edge made no sense at all for me.
None.
You and me both.
And Corey Graves agrees. He
I
said that
sat
makes no
here
sense
and
either.
said, make it make sense, but they couldn't. Matthew says, Ayla, extra smell is still baggy. I'm like 3 Mentos, maybe 4. Ernest Bell says, I can't stop laughing at wrestling. Sophie says, Judgment Day turning on Edge also doesn't make sense to me as well.
Yeah, nobody gets it. I mean, somebody out there gets it.
Ayla says, safety pin it tight as it will go.
You wear the one like Borat did. Are we still talking about banana hammocks?
I wasn't talking about banana hammocks, but Ayla is.
Yeah, it's that green one that goes up over the shoulders.
You just safety pin it and then tighten it really quick. It'll work. And get it in the extra small. It'll make it really good. Anthony Manzano says, because earlier in the show, Corey and his announcing partners were saying that Jimmy and Jay were going to reveal a new member with a countdown clock.
That was Judgment Day.
That was Judgment Day, hon. I think you it probably got ran in with some of the other information you were listening to.
Right. Yeah, they did have the countdown clock, but that was for Judgment Day.
The only new person was Judgment Day. That's it. So, sorry.
Otis, Ezekiel happening right now.
I hope you're not that disappointed that it's not what you hoped it would be. Matthew says, I'll tie it in a knot. Sophie says, if they planned on having Judgment Day turned on Edge, they should have planted seeds for it like weeks ago.
Yeah, they're rushing. They rushed that whole storyline.
Ayla's like, it's not for the eggplant, it's for the Christmas tree. Matthew's like, I'll dreadlock my pubes. Well, there you go. I'm sure that'll... owner of the Packers?
Yeah, because if you're a season holder, all the people in the city own the team.
Oh, I see.
And so if you buy season tickets, you're a part owner.
Oh.
They want Otis to be the offensive lineman for the Green Bay Packers.
Right.
So they can finally win again. Otis is just manhandling Ezekiel. Now that Ezekiel's back, is he going to win a singles match? We haven't seen Otis lose a singles match in, maybe 2 years? I don't know when the last time he lost a singles match.
I have no idea.
Maybe it's happened. I just can't think of it.
Who?
Otis.
Otis?
Has not lost. As a tag team, they've lost because the other guy got pinned. But as a singles wrestler, he just doesn't lose. And so is Ezekiel going to lose 2 nights in a row? Look at the power.
Wow. Hi, buddy. Did you bring your mouse? I don't want to play. Film's like, not this match. I'm ready for the Fatal 4-Way match, not this match right here. Chris says, as much as I didn't like Edge on Judgment Day, this double turn doesn't make sense, but I like that Balor is a leader.
Yeah, we don't want Finn to be a follower.
It was like, Duluth's dreams have come true, Matthew. So it was like, before tonight, there was no hints of Judgment Day turning on their leader, Edge. It does feel like they rushed that storyline.
Yeah, and they do. WWE rushes a lot of things lately.
It was like, got a text, finally. Just kidding. Pickles at Green Bay do need some help. Anthony Manzano says, thank you for clarifying that, because sometimes Corey doesn't spread out the news. He usually announces it at the same time.
Right.
So the information got lost in translation. Like what happens when we were little, when we played Cup Phone.
Uh-huh.
Ernest Bell is like, go Bears.
Uh-oh, 1, 2, 3, he just beat Otis.
He beat him by, like, taking advantage of his larger size. That's not fair.
That's fat shaming.
Pickle says Green Bay do need some help.
Yes.
Sophie says Raw doesn't have that many faces on the Raw roster. Philip says, and please don't tell me Becky Lynch was wrestling with sleeves on. Seriously. Who is in charge of the wrestling attire wardrobe? They should be fired immediately. You know they pick their own wrestling attire? Just so you know.
Yeah, I would assume they do.
Sophie says they do this with every faction. They end up messing with it in some way after we get used to it for a short time.
He's calling out KO.
What?
Have you seen this thing before? You look like you've seen this before. Do you know it? Do you call it to him? Nope. Oh, Kevin Owens is coming out of the closet.
From the back.
Do it. It's happening. That he has to admit that he's himself.
He has to be.
See?
Elias. You're a liar.
He has to lie on national television. Do you want to know that he's Elias, or do you want to know the truth? Shut up, you idiots.
I admit it. Well, look at me when you say it. Say it, and then look at me when you say it. Look at me when you say it. Do no 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 no.
What? He lied to him. Oh, and then hit him with the big knee.
Oh no! What a liar face.
Uh-oh. Otis and Gable coming after him.
Well, they got that table back together real fast.
Yeah, it's Velcro.
I know, but it's just funny because
Yeah.
they got it together so quickly. I know it's Velcro, but it's just funny how fast it goes back together.
Is that the gate or just like a broom?
No, it's your broom handle that's back there.
Uh-oh. They must be setting up for the women's.
Sophie says, they do this with every faction. They end up messing with it some way after we got used to them for a short time. Vindicator says, it's funny WWE idea of a fresh match. It's having two guys with one name fight each other tonight, but congrats to Elias. Anthony Manzano says, Sophie, Seth and Becky actually said during an interview that they purposefully wear ridiculous stuff to the ring to see who can outdo the other to make each other laugh. Sophie says there was no hint that Finn was going to turn heel either. Film says, like, come on. It's the summertime. Women in WWE need to start wearing sleeveless wrestling attire. Sophie says, what are the chances that they are going to rush this Kevin Owens storyline? Anthony says, this whole segment with Elias and Kevin feels just like a rerun of the Mr. American Hulk Hogan, Mr. McMahon storyline in the Ruthless Aggression era.
Well, you know, there's only so many stories that can be told. I think there's like, 7 stories that can be told?
Yeah, then they just rehash
and then you have to figure out a way to tell it differently that makes more sense. Or that strikes people's tear jerks or something.
Yeah. Sophie says, I expected AJ to turn heel a lot more than Finn. Ernest spells like LOL. And Chris says, I'm hoping the Fatal 4-Way is the main event. It is.
It is. It's coming on soon.
Chief Detective Martha says,
here comes Esther right now.
Ezekiel pulled a Vince McMahon from the Attitude Era. Sophie says, I expected Judgment Day to turn on Edge, but not tonight. I thought they would wait till next year. Boo.
Who's coming out next? They're going to go to commercial now. Be a couple commercials during the match. I got to see Rhea out there again.
No. No. Luke says, they announced a new show focused on Wednesday Addams with Jenny Ortega playing Wednesday, and she legit looks like Wednesday. I'm kind of excited for the show. Like a show that's going to be on a streaming service kind of show. Sophie says, no way this match would last a half hour. They have to have everybody come out.
No, it'll be a 15-minute match, probably.
Vindicator says, I'm happy that my girl Liv is back in the main event, even if it's not one-on-one. Matthew's like, I expected Judgment Day to last till SummerSlam.
Right? And I look at factions as they should just last forever. Like, be immortal. You can bring people in and out of them, but they should just last. But Vince doesn't like that.
He's like, it reminds me too much of the old days, and I don't like it. Subi says, whoever wins this 4-way match, it will be a fresh match on pay-per-view. Chris says, I want to see Liv and Bliss face off in this 4-way.
It'll happen.
Hey. My feet are not toys. What the?
Yeah, he's got rockets and a sword. Yeah, so we're just waiting on that 4-way match to start.
Yeah.
Bianca Belair's already out there. She's probably just jumping up and down in the ring, spinning her hair. She spins her hair back and forth. She spins her hair back and forth.
Ernest will see y'all. When is the next time? Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Ernest will be here Wednesday for AEW Dynamite.
8 p.m. Eastern.
Sophie says, I think Edge is probably the first leader to get ejected from the group that he created.
What show was she on? The Witch one?
Yes.
Bewitched or whatever? Teenage Witch?
Yes.
I don't know. Bianca, I don't know. Something. Sabrina.
Let's see. Vindicator says, so glad they will stop making dinosaur movies after this next one. Yeah, right.
They can't. There's too much money in dinosaurs. Every kid
loves dinosaurs.
So we had dinosaur movies. There was dinosaur movies for the kids of the last 25 years. Now they'll have to make another one in 5 or 6, 10 years. Whether it's Jurassic Park or they go a different route. But they'll make some sort of a dinosaur movie.
Always.
I like the time machine ones where they go back in time. They did it a lot in the 80s.
Huh. Yeah, I can see that.
Land of the Lost.
Oh, yeah.
That was a TV show, obviously. But they did make a movie of that with Will Ferrell. Kind of silly, but...
Didn't they make one that wasn't with him? Like an old school one. I thought they made an old school one. Don't use me as your plaything.
They could always do like a Journey to the Center of the Earth with dinosaurs if they wanted to.
Right.
There's a lot of things they could do. Hollow Earth theory things.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things that are out there that they could do. Hey, look, it's actual Green Bay Packers.
Wow. Luke says, it will be on Netflix and Tim Burton is in charge, so I feel good about it. Oh, that's cool. Wednesday show, huh? Sophie says, usually a leader turns on the group he cheated, not the other way around. And Luke says, see if this link works. Matthew says, the new Jurassic Park looks like an overly action-packed gimmick to sell toys and make rides. The first movie was actually like a horror movie.
Yeah, I like the things that they've done with it, but at the same time, but I understand what you're talking about. Basically, there's no storyline. They just have to blow things up, and it has to be complete action.
Yes.
But have no story. That's how movies are going these days. That's why I like my old movies, old classics, because they tell a story, and they don't have the graphics to keep you interested if you have a short attention span.
Mm-hmm.
You have to kind of use intelligence.
What? That's ridiculous. So if it's like, I saw Jurassic Park 3 and haven't seen any of the Jurassic World movies, you should watch Jurassic Park 1.
I've only seen one of the Jurassic World movies. I haven't seen part 2 yet, or 3, obviously.
Right.
It hasn't came out yet, but I think it comes out this Friday.
Luke says, Matthew, all the Jurassic movies have been action-based, just the original disheveled, more horror tendencies. Sophie says, which Jaws movie was your fave? The original, the one and only one.
1 and 2 are the
Jaws
best, and then they kind
1.
of get goofy. Oh, Blister's coming out first.
The link is a teaser trailer for the Wednesday show. Okay. Oh, I will do it on my phone. You're so weird. All of a sudden you're like,
I wonder if she even works out anymore. Like, her body has just went straight to hell. It's all soft and thin and...
She has, like, something wrong with her, too. Like, she has some weird disease thing or something, too.
Yeah, it's called her brain.
You're a brain.
And Dewdrop's coming out with Nikki ASH.
Yeah, the limit. Chris says, except Bullet Club, they always turned on their leaders. Finn, AJ turned on, became leader. Then Omega turned on AJ and sent him over to WWE, but Omega voluntarily left Bullet Club when AEW started. Sophie says, I don't know, there was 3 Jaws movies, or I forgot that there were 3 Jaws movies. Sophie says, do you think Judgment Day will undergo a name change?
It's hard to say. Probably not. Okay, here comes Liv Morgan. She's got a quad injury, maybe? She's got her quad wrapped.
But here says, but Travis, are you excited? We finally get to see Liv dominate Bliss tonight. First time since Elimination Chamber. Chris is like, Bliss wants to win Money in the Bank again.
Yeah, and I'm sure these women will all be in that match too, since there's just not a lot of women. I wonder if that's her voice. Sounds like it.
No, it's some band. They remember they came out with her one time.
Oh, maybe. Rhea Ripley. Yeah, the Judgment Day, they kept the name. And with a slow walk down to the ring.
It looks pretty good, Luke. Definitely be worth something probably to, like, watch or something.
How much time's left?
5 minutes.
We got 20 minutes left. 21. But there'll be another commercial break. You think after this, or they think they'll start it and then do a commercial?
Are all the girls out there now?
Yeah, this is Rhea coming out now to fill the ring up.
Okay. They'll go to a break. I was going to say.
Here it is.
Chris says that Liv Time and Bliss. Sophie says, I will be shocked if this goes the full 20. And Chris says, now her shirt is ripped up even more slutty tonight. She is in full fuck me mode. Oh, Chris. My goodness. Your silliness. You're silly, silly McBilly. Silly, silly, silly. Some new events are on sale. You guys better check it out on Friday.
Women's Fatal 4-Way.
That's happening here in a minute or two, or 12.
So women have basically main evented Raw the last quarter of the year.
True.
So far. Or this quarter of the year, I guess I should say.
Yeah. A film says, I got root for my goddess. Bliss, I vote for Bliss. Luke says, Sophie, it has to go 20 because it's the last segment of the show. Well, that doesn't mean the match will go full 20. But yeah, they're going to make sure they have him come out and talk some. And something weird will happen in the next 5 minutes when they get back on. And then they'll have to do another commercial break.
There'll be one more commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Bum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
Oh,
Wow,
wow. Oh, just getting ready for the match. Trying to bring excitement. It's very quiet in here.
I stuffed a cookie in my mouth. Sorry.
Where are you sticking cookies?
Film says it's armpit time, except for Liv
It is.
Morgan, once again. Wearing that god-awful attire, no armpits from Liv Morgan. Matthew says, no way this will last 20 minutes. Something else is going to happen. Sophie says, if I was in the arena, this is the match I would probably start leaving to go home.
Yeah, I would leave right now also.
So basically, you guys are those people on those commercials. You're like your parents. Did you park in the far part of the parking lot so you could leave first? Oh my fucking God.
No, I wouldn't leave it for the only reason is they probably have stuff after. But if they did all the stuff before, then it would be worth leaving. But
yeah, they don't. So it's like, all right, with commercials, that's less time than the main event gets. Mm-hmm. Chris says also, if Liv liked Balor so much, she should know he was going to take over Judgment Day, but Liv sees it as Balor rejecting her for Rhea. Oh, yeah? Is that how it works?
the drama.
Very drama-y.
He's watched Days of Our Lives. He knows how it works.
Hey, what are you doing? Stop it. Gotcha. A little poop. What is this? What is this?
It's a cat.
What is this? What's this?
It's a holy terror.
What's this? This is for you. Right there? That is here.
He's gonna bite your face. Tiffany Stratton. Is she gonna win that? That women's breakout superstar? I feel like Tiffany Stratton should be on the main roster.
Who is she?
Easily as talented as anybody on the main roster.
Is she an NXT person or something? Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's the gymnast one.
Oh, okay.
But she's definitely better than the two champions that we got so far right now.
Ronda and Belair.
Mm-hmm. She's strong and explosive, and she's good on the mic.
Mm.
So therefore, she's already better than Ronda.
Liv is obsessed with Rhea. She's like staring her down, like, I'll kill you. Bliss is like, oh
Bliss?
crap, who do I go after?
She's riding the mountain. Busting the scabs off their old rivalry that came to a close last night. That's what Corey just said.
What the fuck? What a dork.
Well, there's no scab if it ended last night. Look at the two big broads. NXT UK stuff. A lot of people that know the history would be excited right now, but nobody in that crowd has a clue. Who these
I
two
don't
broads are.
know. I have no idea.
Oh.
Sophie says the Judgment Day storyline felt rushed since they formed about a month or two ago. Sophie says, oh, it is frozen. Looks like I love how people in chat seem to know what is going on backstage at Raw when WWE doesn't even know what the hell
Look at
is
Rhea.
going
No
on
way
backstage,
she can get her.
it seems.
Oh.
That's crazy. Chris says Tiffany reminds me of Tori Wilson.
Yeah, a little bit. She has no boobs, but yeah. Like
Luke
none.
says,
Like
what
zero.
is frozen? And Matthew's like, WWE doesn't know its elbow from an asshole. Hey, would you find something else to do?
Uh-oh.
friend?
Liv and... this better not be a hint. Liv and Bliss working together. Now they're going in there together. Bliss better turn on her. Oh, Rhea just took out Blister. Kicked her in the soul.
Kicked her in her soul. Not her lady parts.
It must be. Oh, come on, Rhea. A rip-tied clothesline thingamajigger. I don't know what you'd call that.
Oh, yes, her initiation.
Bliss is in there, taking it right to Ripley.
Did you not bring it back? You're a monster.
She's yelling at Ripley, but Ripley grabbed her by the throat, working her way back up to her feet.
What? How dare she?
Rhea clubbing her on the back. I just feel like Blister's her time's over.
Yeah.
Like that, her character's gone. You know what I mean?
She
It's like
left for a while. She got married. It's like, yeah, go off into the sunset.
the sport just left her. Like she's stuck in the 80s and it's, the 2000s.
Sophie says, oh, for some reason my side was frozen on the screen. Oh, did you accidentally pause it?
That's a weird question. Who would type that if they accidentally paused it? They'd be like, oh, I accidentally paused it.
I don't know. Sometimes it happens.
Bubble butt, bubble butt, bubble butt. Rhea got a bubble butt, bubble butt, bubble butt.
Her butt sticking out in there.
I remember when Bliss had one of those.
Luke says, now I wonder if Edge will cost Rhea the win. Yeah, he got concertoed and stuff. He's
probably out for a while.
Sophie says, I mean, your stream was frozen for a while. Didn't realize it until I noticed Dee wasn't talking. Chris says, Rhea telling Bliss to join. Films like, let's go, Bliss. Yeah, watching with her eyeballs.
With eyes.
Did you forget to time it?
No, I was. But I know how long it's going to be because there's only so much time left.
Right.
I just add whatever to it. That way I don't have to hold
Rhea
it.
telling Bliss to join. Oh, I read that. Did you say anything new?
There's your one-on-one. Bliss missed her by at least 6 inches, and they showed it on camera, and Liv fell down anyways. That's what you call botch. She's like... Oh, dewdrop! The big drop right down on Liv.
She says. Film says, hello, my Bliss. Rhea, Liv, Nikki Asich, and Bianca Belair. Woo! Chris is like, now it's time. What are you doing back there, you weirdo? Did you bring your fish back? Did you? Did you bring your fish, Leopold? Did you bring your fishy? Here's your fishy, 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 fishy. Fishy, fishy, fishy. Vindicator says, Luke might turn into Sophie too, who I know before the night is over. We've already seen stranger things happen. So it's like, we could get Edge versus Priest at a future pay-per-view.
Yeah, they could do a lot of fun storylines off that.
The minions are biting today. That's hilarious.
Well, anyways, it is a commercial break.
Yeah, the last we saw, it was Dewdrop taking out everybody on the outside of the ring. And Nikki A's Edge was like, oh, glorious, no, you're my friend. And we're like, eh.
Rhea was waving to Bianca while she was beating up a Blister.
Yes. Chris says, oh, they keep teasing us with the little sparks of tag team moves between Bliss and Liv.
I know, I've seen that. Having them
doing?
team up.
They're like, people want to see it. It's like, no,
Well, if they're planning on doing any tag team tournament for any tag team titles, they got to do a lot of tag teams.
Right. Looks like I really want to ban you, Ben, for that comment. LOL. Vindicators like Dalitha, who is more energetic, Leopold or Naxos, or does it vary from day to day? Well, Leopold's a kitten, so he's a lot more energetic than Naxos is. And Naxos is drugged up most of the time because he's on seizure medication, so he kind of has like this weird little like surge of like energy around like 8 o'clock at night, kind of some days, and so he kind of gets really kind of like excited and stuff. But okay, so if Travis is like getting up a lot and doing stuff outside, Naxos is a crackhead. Like, he won't calm down. It's a constant, oh, I want to come too, Dad. And then it's a shit show.
Shit show.
So, for that part, he's probably way more like in your face. But he also weighs like 100 pounds, so it's kind of a little bit different than a 4-pound cat. So he says, whenever the women main event a show, that's when it gets boring. Vindicator, or Matthew says,
yeah, it can. Sometimes the women can pull it off, but I do understand what you're saying.
Vindicator says, haha, Luke, Sophie would ban me too. Sophie's like, things have been quiet about the women's tag team championship situation after they mentioned the tag tournament. Vindicator says, tag titles are worthless, Sophie. And Sophie says, I wouldn't pay attention to Vin.
So Dewdrop's in there with Blister.
Yeah.
Trying to pull her face into her bosom.
Bliss is like, let me slap you in the face. Slap, 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 slap. She would be the spoiler in the match. Why would Dewdrop be the spoiler in the match?
I have no idea. 'Cause she's not the favorite, maybe?
I guess. Lives on the outside just laying there like a weirdo.
We got 7 minutes left. It's absolutely terrible. Oh! Now, Dewdrop is wearing a little bit different type of style, so maybe she could do something. She's going to tear her knee ligaments just standing there, it looks like. So, Liv just attacked Dewdrop, and then Rhea jumped in and hit her. Missile with the clothesline. Missile drop kick by Liv. Looks like Liv's got some sort of injury on her right quad.
Right. I can't remember what happened to her yesterday, so... Sophie says tag titles have been worthless for a while. Matthew says Dewdrop is cleaner in the ring than Belair.
Probably. Probably has more experience also. Whoa! Liv just took Rhea out.
Oh,
Rhea
Jesus.
Out to the floor. Then Dewdrop splashes Bliss. And then Morgan saves Bliss.
I'm not sure who she's rooting for. Oh, Bianca. She looks upset about all of them.
Yeah, well, of course you don't. I mean, if I was her, I would want to fight Liv first, you know, Bliss second, Dewdrop third, and Rhea fourth. So you think she'd be cheering for Liv to win? Whoa! She just nailed her. Powerbomb! That might just do it. No, Bliss saves her. So twice now she saved Bliss. Now Bliss saved her. They're still hinting at that tag team mix-up.
Vindicator says Sasha and Bayley made the titles meaningful. Then Vince stopped caring again like the screwball he is. He needs to be gone from the company. Robbie's like, Liv getting smashed. And Film says, come on, Bliss, use your sexy armpits to win this match. I don't think that her armpits are really going to help.
Just stick it in their face. Choke them out. Oh, God. Dewdrop's going up top. Oh, Rhea's going to help Bliss. I think Bliss is still laid down, though. Or is she rolling out of the way? Rhea going to do like a moonsault? What's she going to do here? This is for you.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
I don't know exactly what she's going to do, but it looks dangerous as fizz.
Right? Sounds like Bliss saving Liv. Watch, they will become a tag team, Travis.
Oh, both women, huh?
Vince telling you Bliss saving Liv. Watch, they'll become a tag team, Travis.
I know. I'm dreading it. Oh! Superplex off the top. And obviously the two that initiated the move are somehow hurt.
Yes.
I never understand that.
I don't understand it either.
Oh, it killed me. Oh, God.
Oh, my God. I fell down. Oh, my. I fell down. Look it. I fell down. I fell down. Anyways, film's like, woo, totally loving this fatal four-way match. And Chris is like,
there are more
drop
hints.
Doing a Yokozuna bomb.
There's more hints. They were double pinning, and the referee was counting for both of them.
Oh, gee.
He counted with both arms. Okay, here's the dames.
Oh, gee.
Okay, here it is, guys.
Chief Detective
They're
says,
circling
well,
each
everyone,
other.
I'm going dark now. Good night. Matthew
Bliss
says,
rolls her up.
drop could be a female Vader or Bam
Yes,
Bam.
that's what I was thinking. Rolls her through. Now Liv's going to do the same. Now she's going to do the same. No, they're just going to roll around in circles with each other. They look like Muppets.
So weird.
It's not going to make you dizzy. Well, there too. Whoa! Bliss just kicks out. That DDT ends it. That's over. I mean, obviously somebody's going to interfere.
Rhea.
But
Dewdrop, Rhea, Dewdrop,
she's going to pull her into the corner
Rhea,
and hit her
Dewdrop,
with
Rhea,
Twisted
Dewdrop.
Bliss.
Positioning her body. Rhea, Dewdrop, Rhea, Dewdrop.
She's not even going quick. Twisted Bliss. Oh, she lands on her knees.
Got her knees up, and
Dewdrop
Dewdrop's
came
coming
in.
to beat her up.
It wouldn't have mattered anyways, even
Throwing
if she
her
would have
out.
hit it. That's her finisher. But it didn't take her down. Oh, Nikki ASH.
No disqualifications.
That would have ended it. That was her finisher.
Get off of her.
Oh,
Jesus.
Bliss took herself out with Nikki ASH.
Jeez. Luna's like, I'm gone too. Vindicator's like, come on, Liv, show your superiority over your
I
twin.
think Liv's going to win this. I mean, unless Rhea can get in there soon.
Yeah.
That could end it.
Chris says,
Nope, there she is.
oh, shit.
Drop kick right to the head.
It says, finally. Gothflesh is like, sis, wait up. 90s Grunge Feller's like, same here. And Jones says, hold up, Chief, I'm right behind
No way.
ya. Matthew says, drop better win if Rhea has to lose.
She just riptide.
Barely. She
It's over.
Barely got
One,
her.
2, 3. Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley riptided poor Dewdrop. She barely got her up, though, guys. So, yeah. All right. Rhea wins. We all kind of figured that was happening. Applejack Style says, yeah, and Big Mac is already asleep.
Wow. Yeah, that just happened. Rhea Ripley with the riptide on a 400-pounder.
She's not quite that big. She's a heavy girl, but I don't think she's quite 400.
It's wrestling. You always up their stats.
I don't think you want to up their weight stats for girls.
You treat everybody equal.
Be nice. No biting. No. No.
Oh, the rest of them are there.
Oh, they all came down. That
Was she going to
quick.
bring down her husband?
No. Philip says, well, congrats to Rhea Ripley, to my fourth crush. And Matthew says, yeah, Rhea is a powerhouse, but Drop is a lot of woman. Pickle's like, or Vindicator says, predictable. SmackDown will be as well, but whatever. See you guys for a company that makes a little more sense on Wednesday. Bye. And Film says Rhea
We will be here.
will challenge Bianca Belair for the WWE Women's Hurry Armpit Championship. And Chris says it could be a possible now Bliss and Liv tag team. Matthew says, take care, y'all. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us for Raw tonight. We really appreciate it. Hope you all had a good time and a good start to your week. We'll definitely see you on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. We'll see what happens over there. Have a great evening. Thanks again for joining us.
And thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. Bye-bye.
Bye.